E.T. phone home.
I'm just having some brewski beers at my Mojo Dojo Casa house.
Wendy, I'm home.
There is no place like home.
I'm home!
Hello and welcome to the House of Cinema podcast. I'm your host, Joe Aragon. With me today, as always, Claire Curtis and Sydney Volpe. And this is Disclosure Day. Cut to the alien montage.
Whoa. I don't know what we're looking at right now. We're viewing it at the same time as you.
Shout out to the two people in my theater who every time they said Disclosure Day, they looked at each other. And it was like clearly it was like a family of four.
Yeah.
And what I assume was like a father and his teenage son was sitting on opposite ends of each other. But every time they said Disclosure Day, they would lean forward and look at each other. And I was like, I know what you're doing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because it also crossed my mind. Disclosure Day, Steven Spielberg's latest. We're here to talk about it. This episode will contain spoilers, so you have been warned. This is a big episode. I was going to say this is a big movie, but I don't know if exactly we're there yet. It's a big movie in the sense that it's a Spielberg movie. He's one of our guys' podcasts. He's one of Cinephile's guys. Is he one of the world's guys still? We'll kind of talk and unpack that as well. But before we do any of that, how's everyone doing? Sid, how are you doing today? You ready for Disclosure Day?
I'm doing good. I'm ready. And I haven't told you this yet, but I wanted to shout out before we do this episode. I saw The Furious last night.
Oh!
And it rocked. And I wanted to say, if you're heading to the movies this weekend or this week, you should also consider The Furious.
Yes,
Yay.
it is an awesome, awesome movie. Great
That's
shout
exciting.
out. I saw it back at TIFF last year, and I waited close to 2 hours in line because I didn't have a ticket.
Yeah.
So I was I got in line to get like the last minute seat. So that's what I did, and it worked out. Seat wasn't great, but it was worth it for the experience. I've heard the dub because I saw it subtitled. It was not dubbed.
Dude,
Okay.
Yeah, dude, I didn't know it was going to be dubbed, and I was a little disappointed.
That's a bummer.
I heard the dub is bad.
Yeah.
Are they doing screenings of both, or is it just the dub out
I'm
there?
almost positive it's just the dub.
No.
It's probably just the dub, yeah. But,
Yeah.
you know, it
That
has
sucks.
the universal language of punching.
Yes.
So that part rocked.
Of breaking bones and faces.
Nice.
That's what really matters.
Awesome.
Disclosure Day. You ready, Clara?
I'm excited. I've been doing a little bit of Spielberg prep. Not a ton, but I did a little. I watched some new stuff. I revisited some stuff. We rewatched War of the Worlds for the podcast.
We watched it for the Patreon.
For the Patreon. I rewatched E.T. last night on an airplane.
Oh.
That was cute. I like that guy. I think he's cute.
E.T.
He's
or
really
Spielberg?
cute.
E.T.
Spielberg is
Wait,
also cute.
Why is that? Is that like a hot take?
I think a lot of people don't like E.T. They think he's
Really?
ugly.
I mean, he is ugly.
Oh,
No.
E.T. himself.
No, he's cute. I think he's cute. I
I
like
think he can still be adorable, but also just ugly. Like there's like an ugliness, like there's something cute about ugly little
See,
creatures.
He's not
But my
aesthetically
thing is, like,
pleasing.
Yeah.
I don't know though, because that in a way that's in the same part of my brain as like when people are like, oh, it's so bad it's good. And it's like, no, you just like the movie. You can just say you like the
that's
movie.
different. It's like the ugliest dog competition. Like,
Yeah,
there's
no.
ugly dogs.
No, they're cute.
Like, I like it
they're
because it's
cute.
ugly.
Yeah.
Do we just
Exactly.
have like Earth beauty standards? Maybe
Yeah,
he's
I think you
beautiful
guys
on
are
his
instilling
planet.
There's
dog
actually
beauty
a
standards on the
very-
dogs.
Did you guys ever watch that show Robot Chicken?
Yeah, all the time.
Not really, but I know it.
So for those who are listening who are I don't know, do we have any Gen Alpha listeners out there?
No,
I doubt it, right?
No, our demo does not represent them.
How old are Gen Alphas now?
Like middle school.
No, older, no?
Oh,
That's the older end of alpha.
The older
Maybe
end is
about
alpha?
to be
Yeah.
in high school. Because
No,
I'm the oldest.
Didn't
Gen
Beta
Z.
just come out? Like betas are like
Beta just dropped.
Beta just dropped. That's crazy.
Yeah, when his generation
Alphas
is
now.
how much is a generation? Like 10 years?
It's
I
about.
don't even
It's
know this.
longer, no?
It's a
How
little. I think it's more like
old
15.
Are the oldest Gen
Yeah, so if I'm
Alphas.
like older Gen Z.
Gen Alphas are almost 17 years old now.
Okay, so there's some high schoolers out there.
So it's
Oh.
possible we have Gen Alpha listeners.
Well, but I look at our analytics a lot.
We're not.
We are not represented
Okay,
by
that's
Wow.
fine.
that age
That's
range.
probably
Well,
fine.
if
You'll
you're
get
out
into it
there-
later.
Shout out you.
You're not alone if you're out there.
Congrats on graduating high school.
So if you're not familiar with Robot Chicken, it was like an animated short sitcom. It was a bunch of vignettes. It wasn't like an episodic thing. That was just like skits, basically. Vulgar skits and crude skits. But there's a really famous, and if you know what I'm talking about, please comment on the Spotify or YouTube so I feel a little bit more validated. But there's a very old Robot Chicken sketch with E.T. and like the whole thing is that E.T. is like ostracized from like whatever alien race is the ETs, and they like they come back to visit ET and they're like, "You're a loser, ET. Look, all of our fingers glow. Only his one finger glows, and they're all like taller than him. They all can speak in like complete sentences."
Oh my god, I forgot about that. That's a great poll. Anyways, so I rewatched that on the plane. That was fun. I watched Minority Report for the first time. That was awesome. I watched The Adventures of Tintin for the first time. That was awesome.
Proper catch-up.
Yeah, a little pocket of stuff. I mean, there's still plenty of other stuff of his I still haven't seen, but those felt maybe the most appropriate to kind of tap back and do for this. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling excited. I think it'll be fun to talk about it. How are you feeling?
Feeling good. I did not do a lot of Spielberg homework. I've seen all of his work. I think I watched War of the Worlds for the pod. That's it. I turned on Fablemans to watch it because I wanted to remind myself
how good it is.
Well, one, how good it is, but also there's been a lot of conversation about, wow, Spielberg's so washed now. He hasn't made a good movie in 10 years and he needs to retire. And I'm like, what? Fablemans is perfect.
Yeah, what is everyone talking about?
I turned it on just to like make sure that's how I still felt. And I got halfway through it before I went to go play video games.
Nice.
And was really enjoying it. It's still incredible.
Yeah.
So I did that. I've been watching a lot of Twilight Zone, which is not exactly Spielberg prep, but there's a lot of Twilight Zone episodes that remind me of Spielberg episode or movies. And also Spielberg directed the Twilight Zone movie or half of it. So there is like some connection there. But other than that, no, did not really prep for it.
That's okay.
Spielberg overall, though, your relationship to that director, Sid, what's your relationship to Big Steve?
Honestly, I am not really sure what my relationship is to Spielberg right now. I think there's been a lot of discourse online that has made me feel better, that some people just feel like they don't like connect to him in certain like Spielberg modes. And I've said before that I grew up like my Spielberg movies I watched were like Jaws and War of the Worlds and like Jurassic Park, but not so much E.T., which I rewatched E.T. and I really liked it, but I didn't like it like as much as I wanted to. And I was like, oh my God, is there something wrong with me that I'm not like sobbing at E.T.? She was like, yes, there is something wrong with you.
Yeah.
So I feel like I just like one mode of Spielberg, whereas some people like a different mode of Spielberg, which is okay. I mean, he has such like a broad range of films in his filmography. I said this on the Patreon, I think Spielberg is one of our great image makers like ever, and probably the best one living right now. But a lot of his movies are not perfect, I think. And I think that's what makes him interesting, is it's not like, I don't know anyone who thinks every Spielberg movie is like a banger. And it's interesting to talk about. So I love him, but it's not like I go into every Spielberg movie. He's not one of my guys. That's how I'll put it. He's not one of my guys. I'm not like, Spielberg is the person that like I just like really deeply connect with his work and his sensibilities. But there are so many Spielberg films that I love.
Claira, Spielberg?
What about you guys?
Well, it's interesting because like I was putting my little ranked of his stuff together that I've seen, and like so much of it, I'm like, oh, I love this movie.
Yeah.
But I think I would kind of agree in that, like, if someone was like, oh, name like 10 of your favorite directors right now on the spot, I don't think I'd bring him up like organically. It almost is like I need it triggered to be like, oh yeah, Spielberg's great too. But he's not someone I'm pulling out frequently as like a go-to. But I also agree that he's arguably one of the best in terms of like the visuals he's creating, and the feelings he's able to encapsulate through those images is like next level. And there's very few people I think that can reach the same level as him in that regard. But there is like a weird little bit of a distance with a lot of his stuff, even though, yeah, like you grow up with him. Like it's kind of impossible not to grow up with Spielberg in some capacity. How are you feeling?
It's somewhat similar. I think I have a stronger connection to him than both of you, but I think it is he's might be him and Shyamalan are the two directors that are ultimate reminders that you're not going to vibe with every director out there.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Like, there's going to be a lot of people who watch Spielberg movies and they're like, I just don't get it. I don't connect with what he's doing on an emotional level. I don't connect what he's doing on a technical level. This is not my guy. This is not my thing. I think he has obviously some undisputed classics here. Jaws, Indy, E.T. We probably can go down the list of that later. But he is kind of like one of my guys. I don't know if like if you were to ask me on the street, hey, name 5 directors you love, I think I would name Spielberg as one of them.
Yeah.
Complicated relationship though once you enter the 21st century, because there's a lot of ups and downs. You get some high highs in Minority Report and like AI and War of the Worlds, and then you have like some low lows. War Horse, BFG. I don't really care for Crystal Skull. I know there's some truthers behind that one. I'm not one of them. I haven't revisited Lincoln in a while. Maybe in my old age, I'll like Lincoln more. Who knows?
It is funny. I think every movie he's done has shooters except for the BFG. I don't know if I've ever heard anyone say, like, I know people who love War Horse. I know people who love Ready Player One, but I don't think I've ever heard actually, I think BFG is really great.
Very few BFG stands out there. If you're a BFG stan, stay in line and let us know, I suppose. But he is, regardless of my relationship to him, he is someone that I, at the very least, recognize his influence, importance on cinema, which sounds dramatic, but it's true. And I will always appreciate his place in cinema history. I agree in terms of like an image maker. I mean, you watch even the movies I don't really care for, there's still things in there that are really like, that's a living person still doing it. Like, this guy was born to make movies. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's our relationship to Spielberg. The better question might be is, what do you think the world's relationship to Spielberg is in big 2026? We have we're a bit of an anomaly because we have a film podcast and we talk about movies every day. And our job is to watch these movies and break them down and talk about that. But that's not everyone's job. And I don't know if Spielberg's image is held in such high regard for everyone else. And I'm kind of curious what you think, where he stands now. What do you think, Sid?
Do you guys have any anecdotal evidence from like your family and friends as Disclosure Day is coming out?
No. Oh, I guess I have. I mean, I have friends who've asked me, "Have you seen Disclosure Day?" And I said, "Yeah." And they're like, "What do you think?"
Who aren't really like movie people?
They're movie people. I mean, you're in LA. It's hard not to be some form of a movie person, but they're not like going to the movies every week. And I was like, yeah, I liked it. Well, spoiler, I liked it, but I can see why people are not fans of this movie. And the first response I get is, yeah, we saw the trailer. It didn't look interesting at all. So we're probably not going to go watch it.
Yeah.
I'm like, so does Spielberg's name not do anything for you? And their response is, no, not at all.
Wow.
And that's like around my age. But I'm really curious more about, because we're having this conversation on the heels of Obsession and Backrooms, Back Session, as it's been dubbed, I believe. Very.
I haven't heard that.
It's all over.
Back
Really?
It's in our Q&A for today.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm really curious, Sid, do you have any anecdotal evidence, or what do you think the world looks at? How does the world look at Spielberg now?
My family, I know, like, no one has mentioned it to me. I mentioned it to my dad and his girlfriend, who were in their 60s. They had no idea that it existed. Or maybe they were like, oh, yeah, I think we saw, like, a trailer for that or something. And I told them it was Spielberg. And they were like, oh, okay, like, sounds interesting. Maybe we'll check it out. But they weren't like, oh, Spielberg, that's our guy. Like, they don't really have, like, a reverence for Spielberg that I think I would have assumed people of that generation did. But it's weird and almost sad to look at like Spielberg, like people's relationship to Spielberg now. There's always been discourse about Spielberg too, like since the 70s, that he has just like ruined movies and like commodified the art form, and that he is like emotionally manipulative. Like he has always gotten criticisms of being emotionally manipulative, but people just seem so apathetic towards him now. It's kind of shocking. Like they're like actively like resistant to the idea of seeing a movie just because it's Spielberg. And I think that is like younger generations being resistant to being told like, well, you need to see this just because he's like the old guard and just because he like used to make good movies. I think they aren't like seeing him. It's not like Nolan, like when it, like, you know, Nolan, I think now is how people saw Spielberg when it was like, oh, there's a new like Spielberg Indiana Jones movie coming out, we have to go see it. He's just kind of like Peepaw now to people. And I think his movies kind of feel like that in certain ways. I think he's making a type of movie that like people who appreciate the art form will always appreciate that element of it, but they just might not resonate with global audiences anymore in the way that they once did. Like the world is just different now. And I think that's baked into Disclosure Day in a lot of ways. And that's the interesting dichotomy in it of it, and that it's like about that, but he's still sort of making a Spielberg movie. And I don't know if that's like reaching people in the same way it once was, which is sad. But also I'm like, I kind of get it in certain ways.
I have an impossible follow-up question.
What?
We had this conversation during Backrooms about, you know, how this movie's going to do financially, what that will be an indicator of. And we can maybe answer that question towards the end of the podcast when we try to predict where this movie will land. But younger audiences, Gen Z and younger, when you say, go see Disclosure Day, and they say, why? And you say, well, Spielberg, obviously go watch it. And that doesn't mean anything to them. Why do you think that is? Do you think that that's the case because for so many young people, their go-to Spielberg is Ready Player One and War Horse? And that historically, I mean, I don't have the numbers. I'm just kind of assuming, maybe I'm wrong. Younger people aren't exploring older film. And so a lot of them don't have relationships with Jaws and E.T. and Indiana Jones and Close Encounters. And so there is no like this motivation inside them to go watch Spielberg. There is no, the reverence isn't there. It's not built into them. And I'm kind of curious if you have a theory of your own.
I think that is partially true. But but younger generations are like going to the movies now more than ever, and like Jaws.
They're going to movies now.
But yeah, like movies that are coming out now.
I went to the E.T. re-release 2 years ago, for sure. I mean, I scanned very quickly, but just from what I saw, demographic was much older.
Oh,
Not
yeah, it's
a lot of
people
young
wanting
people
to
in
like
that.
relive this movie they loved growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like Jaws, well, Jaws was a big thing, but we are always hearing like people on Letterboxd who are like, you know, and that's like a niche community too. I think it's true. I think like, yeah, young people want to see fucking Backrooms, man. They don't want to hear like, oh, this like 80-year-old filmmaker that made Jaws is like making a sci-fi
Another
movie.
alien movie.
Yeah, another alien movie, and this should be important to you because he made Close Encounters of the Third Kind, which they probably have zero relationship to. Yeah, it's just not reaching them. And I think it is partially that they're just not watching older film. Like we talked, I think, on the Patreon about how, you know, you watched Jaws because it was on cable, or you watched like whatever because it was on cable, and there was just more discovery there, and there was less of a stigma against watching quote unquote older movies. But I also think sensibilities have just changed, and younger audiences want to see themselves represented. And I think that's why they loved Obsession and Backrooms so much, is because it felt like it was like they were making the art and it was coming from something they had a connection to, which is like they're not really willing to like discover something else at the same time. So what do you guys think?
What's your theory, Clara?
I mean, I think that's all very accurate. We also have the anecdotal evidence of like we posted a clip from our Backrooms episode where we were just like speculating about Disclosure Day, and a lot of the comments specifically were saying like, I don't want to go just because it's a Spielberg movie. Like that means nothing to me.
Yeah.
And I do think Sid put it well in that I think younger people's relationship to him is so complicated because they hear about him a lot, and maybe they are engaging with his older work. Who's to say? They're at least touching his influence in more recent films without maybe realizing that's the case. But his newer stuff is like weirdly at odds, where it's trying to appeal to like the current state of like blockbuster cinema, but it also is very much of a time that has passed. And I think those things are very at odds. Like in a way, like I think there is something alienating about Disclosure Day in that it's made by someone.
Alien.
Today's
Oh,
Disclosure Day.
whoa, look what I did.
This is Disclosure Day.
Oh my God, I don't know what we're looking at. But I do think it's a little alienating with this Disclosure Day specifically, where you get this huge, massive blockbuster. It's made by someone who's been around for a long time and maybe has a little bit of a more dated perspective of these things. And then also the main characters were born in the 80s. And so it's like there's no I don't think there's anything youthful necessarily about the way Disclosure Day is depicting these things or these ideas about aliens or just like the ideas of like humanity as a whole. It's coming from a place of someone who's lived a long life and is reflecting on things, I think. And I think young people feel alienated by that and aren't really sure how to engage with it in any capacity. Or they look at it, you know, and like a very frustrated, like this just isn't the way things are anymore. And they get a little dismissive. It's tough to say. I mean, it's all speculative, but I think there is definitely a division between like young people and old guard like this. Although, like, do you guys feel like that same sentiment could be applied to someone like Scorsese? Because like they're in the same space, but they're making very different movies right now.
If we're looking purely from like an objective financial standpoint, yeah. I mean, again, it's so hard for us specifically to step outside of our bubble.
I know.
Sometimes. When you say, well, if you said Scorsese a month ago, my ears would perk up. You're like, what? It's a Scorsese movie? Give it to me now.
Yeah.
Now that we're in a post-AI world where Scorsese is partnering with AI companies, it's harder to be excited. But if we ignore that for 1 second, in our own bubble, that's so exciting when Scorsese has a new movie coming out. I'm pumped. I'm ready to watch a new Scorsese movie. When Killers of the Flower Moon was coming out, I was foaming at the mouth for it.
Yeah.
I was so excited, counting down the days to come out. I saw it twice in theaters, loved it. Did not do well, financially speaking. It was also like an Apple release a few weeks later, so maybe that had an effect on it. But I think it's a similar experience in that a lot of young people just didn't care because they don't have that relationship to Scorsese like I do. And he hasn't been making movies that are specifically geared towards younger audiences at all. I'm looking at Spielberg's last 5 or 6 movies, fascinating. And I think it really does support the what Claira's saying about like these movies aren't there. I love a lot of them, but I'm not blaming young people who see these titles and like, I don't really care.
Yeah. Okay, let's hear them.
So The Fabelmans, which is essentially an autobiography on his own life.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're not already connected to Spielberg, it's gonna be a hard sell, right? Which, though, if you haven't seen Fabelmans, it's I think it's brilliant.
Oh, please watch it.
West Side Story, a remake of a very classic musical.
A boomer musical, though. Yeah,
It
it's
is a
already
boomer
like-
musical.
yes.
And you know, to be fair, like there were two younger leads. Rachel
Yeah.
Zegler has a lot of pull.
Well,
with
at
the
that
youngins.
time, she
But
was no one.
That's
Right.
right. She
You know,
was
which was
being
kind of the
discovered.
draw, though, right?
Yeah.
Like that she got discovered. Ansel Elgort at the time was
Yeah.
a big deal.
In a
Hasn't
very
aged
negative
well.
way.
Well, at that
Well,
time,
yeah, by
At
the
that
time it
had
came
come
out.
yeah, it had come out.
That's
Yeah.
right.
But he was a big deal at some point.
Mm-hmm.
The one exception to his filmography in the last 5 or 6 movies is Ready Player One.
Okay.
Good movie, by the way.
Oh, you're saying good now.
I would never said not good.
Oh,
Sid
okay.
was withholding.
You're withholding.
I
Yeah.
said I remember liking it when it came out. I don't know what I will think. I think it's a good movie.
Okay, that's awesome.
I'm a Ready
Awesome.
Player One stan. But one of you likes it, one of you doesn't. Claire
I like
doesn't.
it.
I
Claire
don't
doesn't
like it.
Joe likes it.
I like
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
I've seen this movie like fucking 20 times.
Yeah.
It's on TV all the time.
It is on TV
Really?
all the time. Yeah.
Constantly available. This is the one movie that's an exception. Made $600 million.
Yeah.
Did extremely well. And it's like an interesting movie in that like it appeases older generations because it is so much of it is like, hey, remember
The
that
Shining.
fucking
Yeah.
thing? Hey, the Iron Giant's in the movie, you know? But also it's so soaked in virtual reality and video games and fucking they put Tracer from Overwatch in the movie. You know,
Yeah.
of course it's going to appeal to Gen Z and younger
And the book
audiences.
was popular. That was
The
his
book was
Project
popular.
Hail Mary.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Whoa.
I think you're right, by the way. So that's your one exception. Before that, you had The Post. Great movie.
That's a good movie.
And it's like,
But-
hey guys, after Obsession, like think about seeing a movie like The
You want to watch
Post.
The Post? You know,
God.
it's about a cover-up story during this administration, and like a great journalist movie.
Yeah.
I'm not shocked it didn't resonate with young people.
Mhm.
The maybe anomaly here is the BFG, which should have kind of been exciting for young people, but didn't do well. Made like almost 190
Well, but
million
that
dollars.
I would think was like a little kids movie.
You
Or
would
you think because young people like grew up with the book?
I assume they
and-
are. I don't know.
That's
yeah,
the thing. I think
I
it's-
had the BFG. I
Yeah.
never saw the movie
Okay. Hmm.
Before BFG, Bridge of Spies. All right, Peepaw, Lincoln,
Uh-oh.
though, dude. And then War Horse.
War
This
Horse?
is
War
like
Horse.
Peapod.
and
to
it
the
isn't until
max.
Tintin in 2011 that's more like the. But in 2011, Gen Zs, they're babies.
Yeah,
They're watching Tintin, maybe.
maybe.
Then Crystal Skull, then Munich.
Mm.
It's like just like a really fascinating last 10 films. And so when I look at those last 10 movies, I think to myself, I get it. Like I understand if Gen Z is not being exposed to early Spielberg, if they're not seeing Hook, Jurassic Park, and Indy and E.T. really early, and that's not being hammered into their brains at a young age, I get that you have no connection to this guy. And I get why when people say you got to see Disclosure Day because it's a Spielberg movie, why that would be frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And we saw a lot of those comments in our video saying like, either I don't care that it's Spielberg because I have no relationship to him,
Yeah.
and B, the alien story seems overdone. A lot of people were saying, based on the trailer, they were like, I've seen this movie 100 times.
Mm.
Mhm.
And then a lot of people were just sick of the trailer.
Yeah.
A lot of people said they had seen the trailer a million times and they were over it.
That's true. It did play a lot. Do you guys think too part of the like disinterest in the idea of this also lies in the fact that like so much of this is built on like, oh, the government is hiding things, but it's like our government today is just doing crazy shit like out in the open. So it's just like it's not as thrilling to think about like what are they doing behind the shadows because they're just like blatantly awful on the surface.
I mean, yeah, that seemed like one of the early reactions. Well, did we say spoilers?
Yeah, we did.
I said spoilers.
Okay. I think that's too a lot of people's reaction to the ending, myself included a little bit, that it's like, I just don't know if I buy like the impact, like the specific way the impact of this is portrayed in the film. I don't resonate with that. Like, I don't feel like that's where we're at with the world. And again, it's that kind of dissonance of, it's kind of Spielberg's exploring something that I think he's kind of presenting like an ideal and like commenting on the fact that we're so apathetic. But then it's also like, okay, but it's like not real. So when you show me something that I don't feel is real, I'm not like connecting to what you're trying to say, I guess.
We said this in jest in one of our episodes recently, but you, I think Sid had said, our goats, the aliens, are washed.
Oh yeah, because they've been demystified.
And I think that's
Yeah.
actually very, very true in that this movie would have gone hard 20 years ago when aliens were a bigger thing and like the idea of something out there and having evidence of that would have been really exciting. But I think living in 2026, the idea that the government is hiding aliens is such a tired trope. People are like, why do I need to watch another movie on that? You know, I mean, like in real life too, like Claira's saying, like the government is like actively declassifying alien documents or about extraterrestrial life, and people don't even care about that when it happens.
No.
You know, there's been like actual hearings within our government, public hearings that you can watch about kind of military experiences with extraterrestrial life, and every time I saw it posted, I'm like, whoa, that's a big deal. No one cares.
No one cares.
Not a big
No
deal.
one cares.
Well, and I
And
also
so-
think there would be such a delay. I mean, there's the line in the film where they're like, is this AI? I feel like the second I saw it, I'd think it was fake until there was
Well-
like an announcement that it wasn't.
Now we're getting
To be
into
honest.
like the
nitty-gritty of
the
it.
movie
Yeah.
itself,
Yeah.
which we'll get into just one second. But so like for the reasons why people don't care, yeah, I understand why people are not fascinated by aliens anymore. The idea that aliens exist is not a fascinating topic anymore. In 2026, it's not something you can mine for excitement, especially if your aliens are just going to look like
The little gray, they're just little gray men.
alien, which is, I know, something that he kind of really popularized, especially with Close Encounters. But if you're going to give us an alien, you got to excite people in a way that gets them excited.
Yeah.
The amount of people who are like, that's the alien you chose. A lot of people were upset by just the fact that that's what they look like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think it's like inherently bad that he chose that design. Like, I think you can make something exciting out of anything.
Oh, of course.
You know?
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
But unfortunately, that was not what happened for a lot of people.
What do you think of Disclosure Day? Let's just jump into it. What's your
Okay.
immediate takeaway from the movie?
My immediate feeling was that I liked it up until the third act, and then the third act kind of sucked the air out for me in a way that I didn't really understand at first. I felt disconnected from the third act, which is supposed to be this like big emotional climax. And I was disappointed because everyone was saying they were like sobbing at it and all of that. And I really wanted to like feel that punch at the end because everything up until then I was like really liking. I think this movie, I love how just like weird and silly this movie is. It's very ambitious and just sort of out there. It is very M. Night Shyamalan coded in many ways, which I obviously find exciting. But I think especially because of David Koepp's script, which a lot of people are like attributing the actual script to Spielberg. He did come up with the story, and he started writing the story in 2017, which I think is interesting too when we're talking about maybe like outdated ideas.
You can tell, yeah.
But I think David Koepp's script is so all over the place. So it's one of those situations where I'm like, I love every single idea that's being played with here. But when I think about it at the end, like I don't feel emotionally connected to it as much as I want to. But also when I like follow all of these threads, I don't know if a lot of them come together in a satisfying way. So I'm enjoying thinking about it. But at the end of the day, it's just not super cohesive to me. So I find it a really exciting project, but imperfect in a lot of ways. What about you guys?
I think that's the maybe the best way to put it is it's a really exciting project, but there is a lot going on here that isn't maybe working the best. I think I'm maybe the most willing to surrender to that in this situation out of the three of us. Because I liked the movie, but I also am very aware of a lot of things going on in it where I'm like, I think maybe I'm being a little more gracious towards these things because it's Spielberg and I have a love for him in my heart. And I do catch myself in those moments. I didn't cry at the end either. Like I got a little teary, but I could feel like as I'm feeling a little teary, I'm also consciously aware of like, this is what they wanted me to feel in this moment for this big emotional thing. And
Did
it
you
doesn't,
like that?
it didn't feel very genuine to me. Like it felt almost like forcibly pulled out of me. There's a different point in the movie where I did cry like very earnestly and I liked that experience, but the end in particular, yeah, I don't like, I find it very moving in theory, but I agree in that like it's not maybe the most realistic approach to a landing point for something like this, which is also the point of the movie, I think. But I don't know if I'm satisfied with the ending necessarily. I'm going back and forth. I'm very torn because like on the one hand, like I think the movie as a whole is really overwhelming in a way that can be very fun, like in that big blockbustery way we don't get a lot of these days. But I also think the movie's very overwhelming in a bad way of this. There's a lot going on and it's not clicking fully into place most of the time.
Yeah, I weirdly am the inverse of I think both of you in
Oh,
that the
really?
first two acts of the movie, I'm always on board. I'm liking the journey, mostly because I think Emily Blunt is delivering
She's
maybe
so
her
good.
best work.
Oh, for sure.
And she's enough to carry the movie for me. And Spielberg is still that maestro behind the camera. There's some like really incredible images. The way the camera moves through some of these sequences are really exciting. But I find myself so disengaged from the central mystery of the movie that it's frustrating every time they introduce a new idea to the mystery. Oh, here's this new weapon. Oh, here's what you could do with this. Oh, here's this person. Oh, I can't dive on this person. I'm getting so lost in this, what I think is a convoluted story that it almost loses me. Then we get to the third act, which I kind of mark when essentially when Emily Blunt and Josh O'Connor meet in their makeshift house, and that gets raided by Wardex.
Yeah,
Wardex.
Are you including like their flashback?
Yeah, a little bit of their flashback, but from that moment on, I found myself really locked in a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think the ending works for me, mostly because it's such a ridiculous ask.
Yeah.
It's so grand and over the top that I think I like it. However,
Okay.
I understand why some people feel so underwhelmed by it. You know, it's such a like on paper a very corny moment
Yeah.
of let's wheel out this old alien that we've been storing wherever.
I also am just like, why does that one get to be tall? All the other ones weren't tall. He's so
Where
tall.
was that guy staying at? Was he at like a Marriott? Was he just like hanging out in a hotel for like a few months? Where was that guy at?
There's a couple different moments where I was thinking of this movie, but in that moment they wheel him out. I'm like, this reminds me of Akira, where those kids look like old people.
Oh my god.
They wheel out this old alien who like clearly Hugo, played by Coleman Domingo, like they know each other because they've been like working together. And he like whispers into Josh O'Connor's ear, or I think it's to Josh O'Connor because he can understand them.
Yeah, he
Right.
speaks binary, which is the language of
Their
the
language.
universe.
And then, you know, I like the final line of like, listen, it is a really, really ambitious ending.
Yeah.
And I don't blame anyone for two things. I don't blame anyone who doesn't love the ending. I get it. And I don't, at a certain point in the movie, I'm like, I'm able to suspend my disbelief enough to enjoy this ride. But if people are sitting here cinema sending this movie to death, I don't actually blame them for it, because the movie opens itself up to it a lot. And when people are going home, they're like, how did that happen? Why didn't they just do this? It can be a frustrating conversation, I know, and I don't encourage that conversation. But when you get a movie that like actively starts to open itself up to it, I don't really blame people, if I'm being honest. Like I don't think we should engage with movies that way, but there's a lot of shit that happens in this movie. I'm like, why is it happening like that? But I'm willing to ignore it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen a lot of people like CinemaSinsing the plot
You haven't?
itself. Is that happening a lot?
I mean, a lot of people are just asking like, you know, why doesn't Colin Firth just dive bomb into these other people to like stop him and like have him shoot Josh O'Connor and Emily Blunt? Like just like logical things that you would assume someone would do
Yeah.
in that situation.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me. I mean, I think there are a lot of plot contrivances and that it follows this. I mean, the whole movie being a chase film, it has to be like, oh, they got out like just in time.
It's a
And
lot of
it's only
convenience.
because
Yes.
the villain didn't do this thing
Yeah.
that was like kind of obvious. Yeah. a
And
lot
I
of
think that's
convenience.
fine, but like when you have those convenient moments too many times, you are then wearing your audience thin.
Yeah, honestly, the one that sticks out to me the most is at the very end of the film when like they're getting ready to do the announcement and Emily Blunt's turned the lights back on with the thing, and then that one agent is like, "You're just gonna let them do this?" And then Colin Firth just sits down, and the guy just like, "Oh," and he just walks out of the room. I'm like, "That's crazy! Like we're just giving up
like,
completely."
maybe you can make an argument for why Firth does it, or you know why the guy walks away, but there's a lot of convenient moments in the movie like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's what people get kind of exhausted from. Not that you need to
Yeah.
over-explain your movie at all. Not that you should
No.
have to.
No.
But the
And
movie
that's
has,
movies. Like
it is
it's-
movies, of course.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. It's working a bit metaphorically, and I think that Colin Firth. I will defend the Colin Firth moment, which I have seen a lot of people talking about online. Like that's ridiculous that he just sort of like gives up. But I think you can see with his character, like when she presents his deceased wife to him, and his conversation with Coleman Domingo, where clearly they were friends, and Colin Firth is it really like hurt by the fact he's like genuinely hurt by the fact that all these people like betrayed him for this greater cause.
Mhm.
And I think throughout the film he is worn down emotionally is from just like seeing his wife, and I think Emily Blunt sort of reaches him with that empathy and that connection, and he's just like exhausted, and so he just sort of sits. I don't know, that was the point for him where he's like,
It sits it out.
I give up.
Yeah.
Yeah. which
Yeah.
makes sense to me.
It makes sense to me as well. I don't mind it. But again,
But yeah, it is funny when the henchman is like, "You're just gonna sit there," and then they're like, "Humph," and they all just like march out together.
They're like, fine, we'll go away.
I think that's like, again, like the fact that like the tool she has, like we don't really know what it can do, but it can just do anything.
Yeah.
From what we see, like
Whatever the plot needs it. To
whatever
do.
the plot needs it to do, it's going to do it. And so when people bring that up as like an issue for them, I get it. Like I'm not gonna like blame anyone for thinking that way, to be honest.
Yeah, because I feel like the tricky thing is like for the characters, I think it's more the mystery is like the aliens and trying to figure out what do these two people specifically know and what have they have experienced in their childhood that they're blocking out, and that's like the mystery. But I think the mystery of the film is, can the world respond in the right way to information like this and come together? And obviously the film ends before we even get that answer clearly, which I think is like a good choice. But I think those things end up being at odds so much that then when you get into like the nitty gritty of the alien details, there's no genuine attempt at exploring any of it because it doesn't matter. What matters is the way everyone's going to react to it.
How do you feel about the overall message, Sid? Empathy can end World War III.
I think a part of it's interesting that like M. Night Shyamalan has been such a huge part of this conversation. I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but so many people are calling it Shyamalan-esque, and people are asking the question online, like, why do I buy into like corny Shyamalan more than Spielberg? And I
Who's
think
saying this?
a lot of
Cinephiles
people
are saying this?
Who's saying
Cinephiles-
this?
No normal
Cinephiles
person
are saying this.
because no normal person buys into corny Shyamalan.
Exactly.
Okay, that's true. If you're a normal person listening to this podcast and you probably hate M. Night Shyamalan, I'm sorry. But it is an interesting comparison point because I personally, when I watch an M. Night Shyamalan movie, I fully believe what M. Night is telling me. I like M. Night like fully buys into the hopeful message that he's communicating. And I think that Spielberg is interesting in that his like when he has like hopeful notes in his films, I think he's trying to convince himself of it too, but he doesn't like really believe it. And I think people can kind of like tell because Spielberg is known as this sort of like saccharine, like sentimental filmmaker, but his movies are really dark in a lot of ways. And I think that darkness is something that he's kind of like actively working against in his movies. And I don't know if that's like as applicable here as it is to other movies of his, but for some reason, when I watch this, I think it has the same messaging as M. Night's Lady in the Water. Like it's about these people who have sort of like powers and they play a role in this this story with this magical being that's supposed to bring hope to the world, a world that's like at war with itself. And here, I don't know if I like felt the impact of that for whatever reason. Like I didn't like believe it. And I've just kind of that's been my biggest question. This film was like, do I believe it, but do I feel it?
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
think the difference of those two films specifically is Lady in the Water is a lot more like contained? Like it's a lot, I mean, there's a lot going on like in a fantastical sense, but it is
all at, like,
smaller
one house,
scale.
essentially.
Yeah. And like this is like global.
Yeah.
Yes,
literally.
exactly. I think it could be. That's the thing, is that this is supposed to be about like human connection, like between just between two people, like seeing this one other person is just important in itself. But yeah, it is like it's implying that this will have an impact globally and will like connect the entire world, which I think is a hard sell just in and of itself. But I also do think, Claira, I don't know what the other scene that made you cry was that you were referring to, but I cry at the scene with Emily Blunt where they take her to her house and she's like, this is my life. Like, I won't be anyone's religion. And it is partially her performance, but I think you can just feel like how burdensome it is for her to carry this like empathy and like knowing around with her. And I think that's like really good character work that made me feel for her and like resonate with her. Whereas when you get further down the film, it doesn't really feel as character driven as I think it did earlier on. We're not really like seeing this moment through the eyes of the people that we've been following, you know?
No, and I think that is the unfortunate thing where I think the film falls into that trend of like when you have like a quote unquote chosen one, there's a moment where like the pieces fall into place and they see fully like why they're the chosen one. And I do think in a lot of instances when movies do that, the character kind of stops being the character and just becomes a vessel for a message. And I think that very much is happening here with Emily Blunt and Josh O'Connor's character, where they both have a lot of really interesting character details about them that make them really fun to watch on screen. But then after they relive the abduction from their childhood, like it is kind of like,
I know what I need to do.
Yeah,
like,
so and like you know, there's something moving about it in that like she's so at peace afterwards, which is nice. When the rest of the film you see her so frantic and panicked about what's happening to her. But I also think it strips away like most of her personality in a way where she kind of is just like, okay, I'm gonna go talk on camera now, and it's like, all right,
well, that's it. I think that's it. Yeah.
I mean,
well
I think I understand. I still like that she feels like this higher calling to save the world. They're on the brink of annihilation with World War III, and her hope is that with this message that people will find empathy for each other. I think a lot of people have an issue with the ending, mostly because it's a huge ask to imply that the nations of the world, the people of the world, will stop what they're doing, see what's on TV, one, believe it, but then two, act in a way that would be empathetic. It's a big ask, and a lot of people are saying that would never happen, and that's kind of the point, though. Like, I think Spielberg knows it would never happen, and that's why it's so moving. In that, like, he knows, like, Spielberg's a smart guy. He knows that would never happen in real life.
Yeah.
If that happened, people would be questioning it because cynicism is such an easier emotion to default to. And I think that's the point, though. It's that he wants people to see how ridiculous that ask is, and kind of, but then ask themselves, well, why is it so ridiculous for someone to ask me to be empathetic?
yeah.
And I think once I do a little math in my head and break it all down to that moment, then I like the ending.
Okay.
But there are so many individual pieces that you could, like, especially the Blunt character. I was really disconnected to Josh O'Connor's character in this movie.
Through the whole thing.
Never really felt a connection to him, although I wanted to. And that's because I love Josh O'Connor as an actor. But I don't think he's getting as much time, depth as Blunt's character at all.
So it's a writing
not.
problem, not a performance problem.
Not a performance
for you.
problem.
Okay.
Not at all. I think that with what's given to O'Connor's character, I think they just care so much more less about O'Connor's character.
Yeah, I almost wish there like weren't two of them.
I almost wish that as well.
Oh.
He's just there for a lot of the movie as like this moving plot device of like, I understand binary code and I'm going to move the plot forward from A to B to C. And then we're going to use Emily Blunt's character as like the vessel for the emotion. And I'm like, but they were both abducted and they both had this trauma, but we don't really know much about O'Connor's experience as much as Emily Blunt's.
That's true. I mean, they build the house for her.
For her. I'm like, it reminds me so much of funny comparison of Interstellar, where they care so much more about Bryce Dallas Howard's character, and not the son that he has. Like,
You mean Jessica Chastain?
Oh, sorry,
yeah.
Jessica Chastain,
wrong
Jessica Chastain.
redhead.
Wrong redhead. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it
they
is.
care so
It's
much for Jessica Chastain's character. Yeah.
yeah. Back, Clara said before, like we don't learn a lot about the aliens, and I think there were just so many things that I wanted to know more about. And it was it was like distracting to me that we were seeing they built this house for Emily Blunt and they're reliving this traumatic moment. It is clearly so much worse for Josh O'Connor. Like he's like those aren't animals, bro. Like get the fuck out. Like yeah. And he was like screaming, crying. Yeah, and it's like even when they were abducted, Emily Blunt was like comforting him.
Yeah.
Like the little girl was comforting the little boy. And yeah, I'm like, I want to know what his moment was like too, but it does focus so much more on him. And even with the aliens, it's like, okay, like why did we need to like make one who understood the math and one who understood the emotion? Why, like I don't want to say like I want to know the aliens' perspective, but it's true. Like if we're just killing the aliens every time they come here, why do they like keep coming? Like what is this motivation for them that they just like need to like make humanity understand empathy? Is it just because it's like important that they like spread this throughout the universe? And what is like in vivo whatever, and Coleman Domingo clearly have a relationship, and like what does that look like? Like the
In
alien
vivo?
is called like in vivo 14 or something.
It's like, yeah, it's a bunch of numbers.
You know what I thought they were going for was more of like a Watchmen route for a second.
Oh.
Where, if you guys remember Watchmen, spoilers by the way.
Which one? The show or the movie?
The movie.
Okay.
The movie. In Watchmen, they're on the brink of, World War III, and like to stop World War III and unite the world, they have a common enemy, which is in the movie ends up being Dr. Manhattan. And I thought for a second they were going that same route in this movie of like, oh no, we're on the brink of World War III. Like we need to unite the world with a common enemy. And
The
it's gonna be
aliens.
aliens.
The aliens.
And it's like, it kind of does that, but in like, it tries to go the more empathetic route of like,
Yeah.
look at the awful things people have done to these travelers. And that should unite us all and being like, that's wrong.
Yeah,
We
that's somehow the wake up call of, oh, we've been doing this all wrong. We need to be better.
It's interesting though, because they didn't show the torture on the broadcast.
They
like
didn't.
the torture
No.
was what radicalized Josh O'Connor. But then I
Yeah.
thought they were going to show the torture on the broadcast, and like if they showed that, like I would believe that would like make people cry. And shout out Courtney Grace, who was the newscaster.
Oh my gosh,
really
she's
great performance. Yeah, really great performance.
Second best performance in the movie.
Yeah.
If we're being honest.
Yeah, if they showed that on TV, I'd be like, whoa, like that's like,
Yeah.
this is like putting Abu Ghraib like on NBC. That'd
Yeah.
be crazy. But yeah, it was just like, oh, look, there's like a dead alien. I don't know if I'm just like cold hearted, but I was like, I don't know if I would just like immediately start crying if
I know, I
just
thought
saw
that
like
was
a dead
interesting.
alien.
There was that moment in the beginning of the movie when Josh O'Connor's character, whose name escapes me right
Danny.
now. Danny. He's with Jane and they're trying out there. They're trying to escape. And she's like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And he finally shows her the video. And it's a really weird editing moment because they show her the video and she's like watching and they cut back to her. And she's like sobbing. Like, whoa, that was like a really quick reaction.
Yeah.
But at least that moment, I'm like, okay, she's watching something that's a little bit traumatizing, and like these people or these beings are being tortured. And so I thought for sure that was going to happen at the end of the movie when they were, going through the slideshow of awful, awful things. That didn't happen though.
No, I think honestly, again, I think this is where you see like kind of that outdated thinking a little bit of like, this is written with the belief that everyone in that movie has never seen any sort of confirmation that like extraterrestrial life lives, and they're having a visceral reaction of like, we're not alone in the universe. And I just don't think that is maybe the most realistic approach to the way people would react to something like that now, especially, but I think even like a decade ago, it'd be a little outdated. It's interesting. I will add, I think the reason why they don't prioritize Josh O'Connor's character as much in terms of like building him a house and stuff is because my understanding from the movie is that they didn't know he was abducted. Like they weren't like, it was less on their radar a little bit that like Colin Firth was like shocked because he couldn't dive into him or whatever. And he's
You're
like, oh my
right.
gosh. Yeah.
It's a little bit confusing because he knows, he tells Emily Blunt that
Who?
he had
Who's he?
his sort of, Josh O'Connor.
Okay.
Josh O'Connor tells Emily Blunt that he had his sort of like awakening moment when he was younger.
Yeah. The cardinal
But
walked up
he
to him
didn't-
earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't like clock that though. He just
Well, I
thought
thought
he was sort of like different.
Hugo seems to know that he's been abducted because
He's
he
an
knows that.
experiencer.
But he
Yeah.
doesn't know that until he tries to dive into him. And then it's that thing where he like does it and then he like freaks out and he's like, ah.
No, Hugo Coleman Domingo.
Oh, Coleman Domingo. I'm mixing them up.
Right.
Yeah.
He
You're
knows.
Yeah,
right.
but and he doesn't
does
realize
know.
until he can understand
Binary.
the clicking.
Yeah, that
And the
'cause
clicking.
he knows Josh O'Connor's character is important, but I don't think he knows that he was
Oh,
like a
so
kid.
okay. So the idea is that he just thought O'Connor was a genius.
Yeah,
But that's
the
again,
alien
it's like-
told him he's
Yeah,
important.
the alien told him you should go hire Josh O'Connor, I guess, with just like no context
yeah,
at
there
all.
was no context to that. And Hugo said, "You're
Just
my friend.
trust
I'll
me,
believe
bro."
you." Of course.
Source.
I was on Indeed.
I made it
He had
up.
a
Danny
great
got a
resume.
glowing recommendation from my good friend the alien.
Yo,
So
this
you
dude
hire
just got out
him.
of prison. Go hire him. Yeah, but that's the thing is like, why wouldn't he say that?
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't he want Hugo to like be in on this plan?
Well, it's
We
one of
just
those
don't really
things-
understand why a lot of this happens. But that is a good reminder that like they didn't know Josh O'Connor
Yeah.
was.
Okay.
And so I think that's a big part of why his character feels almost underwritten is because it's like he's not
Well-
the guy. Maggie is the guy in this movie essentially.
Yeah.
Maggie. Is her name
Emily.
Maggie?
Yeah.
Margaret.
Margaret. Will they call her
Margaret.
Maggie?
Margaret Fairchild.
Yeah.
Margaret Fairchild. Well, don't they also don't know who Margaret is until even more recent after Josh O'Connor's exposure.
No, because Hugo says they'd been watching her for a long time and they were waiting for the right moment to grab. Like they were
Right.
already building the house.
Yeah, they built the house.
before she'd been activated.
Okay, so they knew they were just waiting for her to be
In the
activated.
clicking,
Yeah.
they knew, that she had like woken up.
Yeah, that was like their indication of like, okay, we
they
need to go
leave-
grab her.
They're literally little like sleeper agents.
Yeah, they really
so
are.
fascinating. And I saw someone call this like bad arrival. And I
Oh.
almost don't disagree with that in the sense that like they're both going at this idea that these beings have arrived to Earth to help humanity in a way. And like the arrival heptapods, yeah, I think they're heptapods.
Mm-hmm.
They give Amy Adams' character this tool
Yeah.
to be able to help humanity.
Time travel.
Essentially time travel, right? And at least that made me, I feel like it's just more fleshed out in Arrival and it makes more sense and it works a lot better in that movie.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Honestly, actually, another movie that I think does a lot of these ideas a lot better, and this is a deep cut that I know for sure you haven't seen. I don't know if Sydney has seen it or not. Is the movie The Last Mimsy?
Not
From
even
the
Oh
2000s?
shit!
The Last
I've
Mimsy
seen the last Mimsy.
Is about a little boy and a little girl, they're children, and they come across like alien technology, and they are the chosen two who are
Okay.
going to save the future of humanity.
Ah.
But but a big crux of that is they've tried to do this many times before, but there's never been two of them. And so it's the fact that there's two of them in this movie that ensures that they can like save the world.
Right.
And then so like honestly in a lot of ways, Disclosure Day is the last Mimsy for adults, which is
That is so
interesting.
crazy. Well,
Interesting.
and there being two of them, I hate to say it, but it is once again Steven Spielberg's parents. Like Josh O'Connor understands binary, and Emily Blunt is more empathic. It's
Yeah.
like
More
the
emotional.
Fablemans
yeah.
all over again. And even like when she has her panic attack, she puts her hand on the piano.
Yes.
I'm like, bro, I thought you worked through this shit.
Clearly you didn't.
No, exactly.
And
I
it's
will
like
say-
if only they could communicate, everything would be okay.
If only they just knew that actually deep down inside they understood each other.
Oh,
Yeah.
They had the
tragic.
same goal.
I like that though. Like I like that shows up in all his work. But I do think, and I like the idea a lot. But it is the more you kind of like put it under a microscope, the more you're like, does any of this make
Exactly.
any
And, like,
sense?
I want to try not to put it under a microscope,
know.
but again, I'm not blaming people who are putting under a microscope
No,
and like
exactly.
starting to see all like the hiccups in the script.
Well, and I feel like especially like it's kind of not a good thing this is coming out on the back of like Backrooms and Obsession, which encourage the audience to really dig into the little
details, yeah.
details of the movies because there's so much hidden depth there. And then if they're taking that and trying to apply it to something like Disclosure Day, they're gonna be frustrated and
Oh,
disappointed.
for sure. That's a really good point. I mean, filmmaking
yeah.
has changed so much. Storytelling has changed so much over the last 20 years. And Spielberg, not to say that his movies aren't riddled with depth and like
No,
things
not
you
at
can
all.
look into and like unpack. Clearly, like the parents thing is something that you can really unpack.
Yeah,
in this
I like
movie.
that a lot.
But you're right in that a lot of his movies are asking you to kind of like set aside some of these logical inconsistencies and like embrace the emotion of what's happening here. That's how I want you to experience this film. And that's just like that's a hard ask nowadays.
Yeah,
And I think that's why so many people are having problems with it.
absolutely.
Yeah, I think it is both that and that the film. I don't know if anyone even who likes the movie hasn't said that Kep's script has some issues in terms of like bringing all of its ideas together, which, you know, it's always more important to me that a movie is like interesting and is like trying to grapple with interesting things than is like quote unquote perfect. But I do think, I mean, people say all the time we live in like the puzzle box era where everyone is treating everything like it has some hidden meaning that needs to be like solved. And, you know, movies aren't supposed to be solved. They can be analyzed, and it's important to like look at how these different elements work together and like what it means and what you can get from it. But I mean, movies are an emotional experience, and I think a lot of this is coming from people not connecting to it emotionally. And when they try to like interrogate that and like trace what's happening in the film, you just run into a lot of roadblocks that are like, I just don't know if this is coming together. And that's probably why, just subconsciously as you're watching the film, like it's not clicking.
And that's
But
okay
yeah,
too. Like,
yeah.
like,
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
fine.
Yeah, I think both
If you're
things are
not
at play.
connecting with it emotionally and you are looking into why and you're running to those roadblocks, that's fine, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't blame anybody who watches this and walks out feeling very disappointed. 'Cause
No, not at all.
To a degree, I felt a bit disappointed as well.
Yeah.
Emily Blunt, we all agree, is great.
Yeah, I like that you already mentioned though, like this is arguably like the best performance of her
Do
career.
you think that's accurate?
I think so. I was blown away by her in this.
What's it between this and Oppenheimer?
I think Oppenheimer is a good one to bring up. I think A Quiet Place, the first one,
Oh,
would be a
yeah.
good one to
Good
bring up
shout,
as
good shout.
well.
I honestly think Devil Wears Prada is some of her best work.
One or two?
whoa.
One.
Not Mary Poppins?
No, not Mary Poppins. I mean, she's sweet in that, but it's not like she's not being asked to do
What
a lot
about
in
The
that.
Jungle Cruise?
Sicario?
Sicario.
Sicario's great.
Sicario is
I
up
think
there
that's
as
a
one of
good
her
one.
best.
If we're ranking the 3 Emily Blunt performances of her career, what does it look like to you guys?
I think I would do Disclosure Day 1.
Okay.
I do Sicario 2. And just because I can't not do it, I'm doing Edge of Tomorrow for 3.
Oh,
I was gonna say, are neither of you are gonna fight for Edge of Tomorrow?
No, I'm picking my boy.
I
I love
love
that
Edge of
movie.
Tomorrow.
I love that movie.
that'd be my number 4. I'd go
Okay.
same order though. Disclosure Day number 1, 2 Sicario, 3 Oppenheimer,
Okay.
4 Edge of Tomorrow,
She's so good in Oppenheimer.
5 Devil Wears Prada,
Okay.
No Quiet Place?
maybe 6 Quiet Place. Yeah.
I feel like A Quiet Place,
great in
everyone
it.
just thinks that she's like, I mean, that scene where she's giving birth and can't make any noise is
Oh
so
my
good.
God.
You're
it's
right.
But
so good.
is the performance demanding otherwise?
Not
I
necessarily.
mean,
kind of.
I don't really remember.
I mean, I think there's the demand of like they're not getting to communicate like you typically would see people
Yeah.
in a movie communicating. It's a lot of whispering, it's sign language, it's communicating with your facial expressions. So like it is a heavier performance in that.
I agree. That convinced me. I will go
Okay.
1 Disclosure Day, 2 Sicario, 3 Oppenheimer, 4 Quiet Place,
Whoa.
5 Edge of Tomorrow.
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay.
She is doing so much heavy lifting because you can't communicate in a traditional dialogue way. It's so much of like facial acting. It's so much of it is sign language. When she steps on the nail in that first one,
God.
she can't
Oh,
scream.
that's right.
Yeah, really
yeah.
good.
Yeah, she's great.
She's great.
I don't know why the public turned on her. It felt like they did.
Did they?
Is it John Krasinski's fault?
I think it's just she's married to John Krasinski and people turned on him. I'm going to add my 4 and 5 because I only did 3.
Sure.
4, I would do Oppenheimer. 5, I would do A Quiet Place.
Okay.
Sid?
I would do Disclosure Day at number 1.
Okay, we all
Oppenheimer
agree on
at
that
number
then.
2.
Oh.
She has I love her as Kitty in
She's
Oppenheimer. I
amazing.
think it's like it's a smaller role, but I think it's very impactful.
The handshake
Joe's making
scene's pretty
a
great.
smart-
Oh my God, the hand.
Yeah,
scene.
yeah,
I
it's really
agree.
great.
Yeah, no, totally.
That's a career making look.
Yeah, what a glare.
3, I would do Sicario. 4, I would do 4, I would do A Quiet Place. 5, I would do Devil Wears Prada.
Nice. Awesome.
Wow, you hate Edge Tomorrow or what?
I just haven't seen it in a while. I think she's
Oh.
cool in that movie, but I don't really remember.
She's
Wow.
awesome in
good.
it.
We didn't bring up the smashing machine.
You know what? I'm impressed by what she did in that film.
I thought she was good.
I thought she was fine.
Okay.
It was
I
camp.
thought it was too much of a caricature.
I think it was camp.
I don't think they were really giving her a lot to work with there. It was like, can you do this like one type of stereotype persona, and it wasn't really. I like what she's doing, but it's not enough for me.
No,
to
I
really
agree.
chew on
Yeah,
there.
it was a bit jarring in the film.
We also didn't bring up the Fall Guy,
Oh,
She's cute
sweet
in
in
the Fall
that.
Guy, yeah.
but she's not doing anything crazy.
she's
in
nothing
that.
crazy, but
Yeah.
sure, her and Gosling have a decent connection in that movie.
They do, yeah, they do.
No, the woman or the girl on the
I was
train.
literally about to bring up the girl on the train.
Sorry, I
different
was going to
from
say
the
the
one-
woman in the window.
The woman in the window. That's Amy Adams.
That's
one.
Amy Adams.
Girl on the train.
What's she
have
doing?
not seen that movie. Would she see a murder?
She did see a murder from the
I
train,
have
but
seen
she's
it.
an alcoholic, so no one believes her.
Of
dang
course,
it.
Of course. It's usually how it goes.
I saw that in
Yeah,
theaters.
you were
and I
drunk,
did
so you were
like it.
seeing murders.
No, that's literally they're like, you're crazy
That's a
because you're
classic
drunk.
response.
It's so bad.
Typical.
That's what I see when I get drunk.
Oh,
Murders.
yeah? From the train.
I don't think that's alcohol, bro.
All right. Emily Blunt, great. O'Connor, I said my piece.
Yeah.
I just think great actor. Love him to death. I wish there was more to that character.
We had been saying that this is sort of his breakout moment because he's become a bit of an indie darling, and we were excited to see him in his first big blockbuster. Do you think this will have the impact we were hoping to kind of get him out into the mainstream?
I don't know, because I will say too, though, we were saying that based on like watching the trailers and seeing the marketing, which leans very heavy on him, when the reality is in the movie, it's more Emily Blunt's movie. So I feel like once you watch the movie, it's not, and we've already pointed out, it's not really about him. And I don't know if it will launch him as much as we thought because of that.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be like the launching pad, but nor do I think he needs a launching pad. He
No.
seems to have made a cozy little career of working with a couple big directors here and there, but also starring in some more indie film. Looking at his filmography here, I mean, he's incredible in Wake Up Dead Man.
Yeah.
That same year, he had 3 indie films: Rebuilding, The History of Sound, The Mastermind.
Mm-hmm.
If this is kind of like career, one big movie with a big director and 2 small indie films, hey, that's a great career.
Yeah.
He's slated for Jack of Spades, which is going to be a Joel Coen movie.
Okay.
So one half of the Coen brothers,
Nice.
and it's not the half that's done the movies. What are those movies that people don't really like? Honey Don't? Is that what it's called?
Oh.
The honey, yeah.
Yeah.
Honey Don't
Don't-
and
or-
Drive
Don't Worry,
away.
Honey?
Drive.
No.
I
It's
was
Honey
like,
Don't
worry,
and
Honey
Drive
Don't.
Away Dolls.
and Drive Away Tall.
Yeah.
Drive away dolls.
Joel Coen is not the Honey Don't guy. He's done the last one he did was
Tragedy of Macbeth.
Macbeth, which people really love.
Phenomenal
It's been a while.
movie.
So it's been a while for him. So that's a new movie that Josh O'Connor will be in, and he's going to be in 3 Incestuous Sisters, which is the Alice Rourke Walker movie.
Yep.
So 2 smaller, like big directors, but not really like Spielberg, obviously.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, I don't think this is going to like change anybody's opinion on O'Connor at all.
No.
But
I agree.
I wonder how much this movie's quote unquote failure people will attribute to this movie's poor marketing.
Oh, I feel like most of it.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, how many people do you think walked into this thinking, A, it's a Josh O'Connor movie, B, it's an action thriller film, and then neither of those things are true?
There are only 2 set pieces in this, and they're not even that big.
Not really.
T.
I do. It's in this interesting middle ground where it's like a halfway blockbuster. I mean, the scope is so big, but a lot of it is this sort of conspiracy thriller chase film. And I wonder, I didn't even think that the set pieces were like that good. Like,
Which
you
one
walk away from
specifically?
Like the car
there's
chase.
the car chase in the field when he's
Okay.
at the little farmhouse and when they're attached to the train in the car.
I go back and forth in that, like the car chase in the field, the chase itself is shot well. I like when he's
The
like,
wonder of him is crazy when
Yeah,
he's
that
like
was
going
awesome.
through
Up to
the
the
fence and
cars.
stuff. Yeah,
That was great.
moment. See, those
Awesome.
moments I'm like, whoa,
No,
Spielberg,
but
that's
you've
not
got
like
it.
knows
I
what he's
think
doing.
that I think that normies aren't going to be watching it and be like, "Bro, that Warner was fucking."
I
sick."
know,
No,
I
they
know,
never
that's the
will.
issue. That's
Yeah.
like the us moment where we're like, yeah, cheering in the
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
theater. Everyone just kind of like sitting watching, but
Yeah.
we're like excited and pumped for that. The train sequence I thought was fine. There's a lot of complaints right now regarding the CGI in this film. A lot.
Oh,
even with
I
that
feel like it's
sequence?
rough with that
with
sequence.
that sequence, but
I was
obviously with every
disappointed
animal.
that the sky was so like blown out. I didn't think it like
Mhm.
looked very cinematic,
Yeah.
to be honest. But yeah, the animals I'm like whatever, because they're meant to be like fake alien animals, and
Yeah,
it's like
there's
a
like an
dream
uncanny nature to them
sequence. Yeah, surprise, surprise, the one that everyone was saying looked like one of those like AI Coca-Cola commercials was like a dream, basically, with like
Yeah.
the Hansel and Gretel house and stuff. So I think it makes sense. But yeah, it is a little weird when it's like they're like, oh, it's a fox, and it just is like really like fake looking.
Yeah.
It like shows up and then runs away.
Yeah.
And,
Also, I'm like, couldn't you just couldn't? I was gonna say, couldn't you get a real fox? But then all the animals would have to be real.
you
'Cause it would
then
make it
Yeah,
even
you
worse.
need all of them to be real.
stranger immersion of like, why is
Yeah.
that one fox real and all these deer fake?
Right,
Exactly.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It
there
didn't really
were-
bother me.
I heard chuckling when like the cardinal first shows up on like
Oh,
the
really?
table with
Really?
Wyatt Russell and Emily Blunt,
Hmm.
and it kind of like hops towards her. I heard some people chuckling, but like that doesn't bother me too much. Plus, I think, man, Emily Blunt's so good in this movie. The way she can seamlessly go from like speaking Russian
Yeah.
and then as like Wyatt Russell stares at her incredulously and she just like, what are you talking about? It just speaks English. Like,
Yes.
the way she
Yeah.
can just kind of like pivot characters is so good in
It's
this movie.
unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Love her in that.
I need
Okay.
to know how her accents were from people.
I know.
From
Would
Yeah.
love to hear
natives.
if you
Yeah.
speak Russian or Korean. Would love to know how well she did.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I always like hearing about like what people like from those countries say how they
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
CGI. I wanted to bring up. You want to say something, Sid?
I was just gonna say, I mean, do we want to rank Josh O'Connor? And I
Oh.
was gonna say that I think Wake Up Dead Man is gonna end up having done way more for his career than this
I was-
film.
Oh, absolutely.
I was gonna say the same because the fact it's on Netflix just like puts it in front of a lot more people in a way
Yeah.
that we don't see necessarily as much with big blockbusters anymore.
It has 2.5 million watches on Letterboxd.
People are watching this movie.
People love
Yeah.
Knives Out, and people really liked Wake Up Dead Man.
They did.
Like,
Yeah.
That was a big deal.
Yeah.
And Ryan Johnson
Yeah.
delivered on that movie.
Oh,
That movie
absolutely.
fucking
really
rocks.
did.
It's
It's
so
arguably
good.
as
It was
good
really
as the
good.
first one.
I would argue it's better than the first one, but that's just me.
I don't know if I've gotten there yet.
Okay.
I don't know.
I
though.
might be there one day.
I might be there one day as
think
well.
you guys
I think
can
it's
join
better than
me.
this movie.
I think it's having a much
that
more
a
interesting
take?
conversation on faith in that movie than this movie.
Yep, I agree
Oh,
with
This
that.
movie is such a passing like thought. Like that. I love the idea that Jane is having this a crisis of faith and like has to speak to her old head nun lady. What did they call them? I don't know. I don't know what the proper term is, but she has to talk to her old teacher.
Mother.
mentor.
We're gonna leave it.
Superior.
I'm just gonna let you keep it
old
at
nun
that.
lady. I don't know. But it's so like I kind of dislike how short the conversation is and how to the point. Like, they just tell you how to feel, and I don't know how much I love that.
Yeah, I think in that regard, like, I'm always eating up when they're talking about like faith. I think it's really interesting, but I do think, again, it's like that old guard perspective of like Spielberg's relationship to faith, I think is very complicated. And I think he's trying to provide a balanced, nuanced approach to that here. But I think it is dated and there's not enough time to thoroughly explore it enough to really give it the oomph it needs.
Yeah, what I wanted to say earlier, if we backtrack to something you said about the ending, Joe, is that it is ambiguous. I think it's more ambiguous than people are giving it credit for,
I agree.
because it is now, we're only at the moment of disclosure, and it's asking us a question about like what will happen after. How are we going to react? And I've seen so many takes that are saying, oh, the film should have started with the ending. And I'm like, okay, well, that's like a totally different movie. And
That's
I don't
very
think that that's
different
fair
movie,
at
yeah.
all. This whole entire movie is about exploring and asking questions about how we will react or how we would react to that information. That's like why the movie ends that way. And the faith thing is interesting because I was talking to some people after the movie and we were talking about that element. And I was like, as I'm thinking about it, it's like, I feel like it was a little too easy, like the faith conversation where she's talking to this nun, and this is supposed to be the representation of like how religious people would react to that information, and like would they be able to handle this notion of supreme beings that go beyond us? And she's like, well, but the Bible says like we are God's supreme beings. And she's like, it says we're God's supreme beings on earth. And you would think this like very religious woman, I don't know, might have reservations about it, or might like, it would be interesting. I feel like there are no dissenting opinions by the end of the
exactly
film.
what I'm trying to get at.
And
absolutely.
yes, what happens with Jane's character is that the nun lady she's talking to, she's like, I wouldn't be scared if there were aliens. Why would he make such a vast universe if it was only for us? And a good point my boyfriend made, actually, as we were all, who is like a huge Spielberg head, so I'm always like, are you biased or is this true? And I'm like, I think you actually convinced me. Is the really important part of that conversation is when she's like, I don't think you lost your faith in God, I think you lost your faith in people.
Absolutely.
So the ultimate point Spielberg is making isn't about like the religion itself. I think it's more about, it's not about that, it's about like the people.
Exactly. Well, because she says earlier in the movie too, when like Josh O'Connor's character finds out that she's been like was a nun to begin with, he's like, what, you lost your faith? And she says, no, I lost my calling. Like it's a very clear distinction between the two. And it's like, it's relevant, but it's not.
Well,
it's almost like it's not about God, it's not about the aliens, it's about us and like how we choose to react. But I do think it would have been more interesting if by the end of, because like Colin Firth is convinced by the end of the film, the henchmen kind of like storm off. Like I wonder if it would be more interesting if throughout the film Colin Firth and I forget what the henchman's name is, like Bino or something. Like,
I think it's
something
Boyd.
like that.
I think it's Boyd.
Boyd, yeah. Okay, yeah, something like that. And I think it would be interesting if throughout the film Colin Firth was like, she showed me my wife, like what if there's something to this? And Boyd was very concretely like, no, like we can't do this, since they're sort of fighting about it.
Mm-hmm.
But the dissenting opinion is not, it is represented, but the person who represents it is fully convinced by the end of the film.
Exactly.
So it's hard to be like, ooh, there's still like a darkness here, like what will happen, when the end of the film is everyone in that newsroom sort of just like singing Kumbaya and like having this nice moment.
I agree. And like,
yeah,
it's weird because they do set Boyd up to be that frequent dissenter, because like after Margaret and Danny leave the facility, like I think Hugh Grant is like, what are they? Like someone says, what are they? And then he goes, they're unstoppable. And then he chases after them and tries to kill them, even though that's not what Hugh Grant's character wants. Wait, what's his name? Colin Firth.
Oh, Colin Firth.
I'm mixing up my British men. Sorry. I think that's where we're seeing the major dissent, is he's going against orders, which were let them leave the facility, and then he chases after them and tries to kill them with a train, which like there's no way that's what they wanted. But then after that one scene, he like pulls it way back, which is a bummer.
I see what everyone's saying. I think the conversation with Faith is just too easy. Like, I think the fact that she says you lost your faith in people, not in God, is like such a shortcut to that character, instead of like actually giving us a fully fleshed out character where we learn who Jane is. There's too many people for us to focus on. Obviously, the movie wants to focus on Margaret, on Emily Blunt. But Jane is a fascinating character. Like, I would have loved to know why she lost her calling or faith in God.
I like her character.
But instead of us giving us a why, they're just going to tell us. They're going to have the nun tell her, you lost your faith in people, not God. And it's like, okay, like I get it. Thematically, that's resonant, I suppose. But it's such a shortcut. The conversation is too big to be that easy. And that's my issue with it.
I agree.
Well, because Jane is the original one who is like, you shouldn't release this. Like, think about what will happen. And then she is pretty easily convinced to the contrary.
Although, like, I think her convincing is tied to the violation that comes from Colin Firth's character, like diving into her, and the like the sensation of that. I think, like, obviously that's a major violation of your body, and I think that really shocked her in a way that like put her on board with it.
Exposing the world that they have this weapon to do that.
No, they're not.
She's not like that's a bad thing that happens to her, and it's awful, and she feels so violated by it. But they're not going on the news to say, look, Wardex has this weapon that can violate your autonomy and create a surveillance state.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, here's the weapon to tell everyone about aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I think it is the conversation on the phone that is what is meant to really flip her. But I think that's part of it too. Yeah, all of that is fine. I just do wish there was more of like if the ultimate point at the end of the film, like David Koepp has said in interviews, he's like, I think it would ultimately be a good thing for this to be disclosed, but I think there'd be a lot of violence and a lot of death for like years because of it. They don't have like a positive outlook on this,
Okay.
but they think it is like the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
And
think
I
it
wish
stops
that was
World War III.
represented. I would
Say that much.
I do think it's a little silly that it's like it cuts to all the people, the like Korean soldiers and like the Russian soldiers are just like locked into their phones in like the middle of a war.
I know.
I gotta be honest. When Wyatt Russell and Emily Blunt's character are driving to find what's his
Danny.
Kellner? They call him Kellner a lot.
Yeah.
He's like,
Danny
who's Kellner?
Kellner,
Who's
yeah.
Kellner? Is that a past boyfriend? Oh, Wyatt Russell. He's so funny.
Oh, Wyatt.
But they stop at that gas station and it's being like ransacked
Yeah.
for supplies.
Oh, so
I was,
random.
I was like, why is this
So
happening?
random.
Like,
And
what
it's
is
like
this?
only there. They've been driving through all these other areas and you never see any
I
of
thought there was
that.
like a
Yeah.
tornado in the area or something.
The
Like,
hospital's in fine condition.
Yeah.
what's
It is.
happening?
People have been talking about this as like a COVID movie, which I totally buy, and that was very reminiscent of COVID. But I'm like, you can't really. It doesn't like feel like this is the world that they're living in. They just go to. I'm like, oh my god, is this like? Are they having a shutting down sale? Like, why is everyone freaking out?
Shutting down sale.
Everything
A
must
clearance
go at this
sale?
gas
Yeah.
station.
As he's putting more stuff on the show.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's just it's a movie that constantly touches on really interesting ideas, but leaves it at the surface.
Yeah.
And doesn't really want to dig into things. And that's where like I find so much disconnect with it.
I agree.
It's fair.
Anything else we've missed? I mean, we've talked O'Connor, Blunt, CGI scenes.
I want to talk about the score. John Williams.
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe
What are we saying about it?
it might be his last one. I mean, he's 94,
He's so old.
He's
He's
an old
so
guy.
old.
So
yeah.
old.
But we have talked in the past about how like his work is good and very influential and very iconic, but there is a sort of like repetitive nature to the music he's using
You can
in
say
his
it out
work.
loud. I think it all sounds the same.
Okay, you feel that for this as well.
I think that his last like 5 to 6 scores he's done, there's been a couple tracks here and there that I think are great, but a lot of it is starting to sound the same. Like you can hear traces of it in other movies. And that's the same for all composers.
Yeah.
But considering he's had such a prolific career, I think we're getting to a point where I'm like, the score is good, but I'm not amazed by it.
Okay, there's not like a standout for from this one for you necessarily.
Nothing clocks in my brain right now. I only seen it one time, but
That's fair.
nothing stands out.
Okay.
There was one track I remember hearing that was a bit more sort of like romantic sounding, but I don't know which track it was. It might have been during like a moment with Emily Blunt's character. Why did you particularly like the score?
I did. I kept thinking like, oh, this is nice. Like I felt like it did help elevate certain sequences quite often of just like really amplifying the emotion
Right.
that you needed to get to in those points.
Yeah, it didn't bother me, but it didn't stand out for me.
Yeah, I liked it, and
That's
you know,
fair.
good for him.
Yeah.
He's still
I want to
plugging away.
ask. I don't want to ask your favorite Spielberg movies because that's boring.
Oh.
I mean, I guess we can. You
Is
want
I
to
think
list
we
out?
should probably do it.
You want to list out your 5?
Yeah, let's do our 5.
Our 5 favorite
boy.
Spielberg movies?
Yeah.
Didn't we just do this?
We did it for the Patreon, but we had said there were like rewatches that needed to be done.
Yeah,
and like
I
it was
did
a little
some
looser.
rewatches.
Are we ranking them or just giving 5 out?
I'll rank them.
Okay.
I
Sid,
think
you
I
ready to
could
do that?
rank.
Claire, you seem confident. What do you
Okay.
got?
In 5, I have Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Okay.
In
Okay.
4, I have The Fablemans.
Okay.
In 3, I have Close Encounters of the Third Kind. In 2, I have Jurassic Park. And in 1, I have Jaws.
Fascinating.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
No, it's a good
Oh,
one.
okay.
I think it's great.
Okay.
Usually your rankings are pretty hot, but this one I think is not that crazy.
Okay. That's cool.
I think Sid's gonna be crazier.
Okay.
I don't know if that's as true as you think.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Okay. Can I do 6?
No.
Why?
My honorable mention would be Catch Me If You Can is my 6.
What do you mean you can't
Okay.
do 6? The idea is 5.
But I just did my honorable. You can do one honorable mention.
Fine. Do honorable mention as your 6.
Okay. I want to say I did not get
Disclaimer,
around.
Sydney.
I did not get around to rewatching Schindler's List or Catch
Okay.
Me If You Can. I
Okay.
don't know if they would be here, but I did
Okay.
rewatch some other stuff. Okay, I guess my honorable mention would be War of the Worlds.
Okay.
Whoa.
What a
You were
surprise.
so confident the other day that it was in your 5, and now
Wait,
you're
yeah.
throwing it in your
Wow,
6.
so it's been bumped down.
Here's what I think. Wait. War of the Worlds and AI are kind of neck and neck for me, but I think AI is a better movie.
Okay.
Okay.
So at 5, I'll say AI.
All right.
At 4, I'll say Minority Report.
Okay.
Whoa.
At 3, I'll say Jurassic Park.
Okay.
Whoa.
At 2, I'll say The Fablemans.
that's what I
Okay.
thought.
And at 1 is Jaws.
Okay.
All right.
Nice. Fun.
Well, we all have Fablemans in our 5, because for me,
Awesome.
number 5
Okay,
is
cool.
the Fablemans.
Okay, 5 is Fablemans. Okay, cool.
4, I'm going to go Indiana Jones. And
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders.
I'm saying Last Crusade.
Oh, yeah.
No way! Wow,
Great.
we're Last Crusade stands here.
Yeah,
I
we are.
love all of them dearly, but Last
Mhm.
Crusade, something about it really hits home.
I agree.
Indiana, let it go.
No,
Oh, it's so good. 3, E.T.
oh,
No
really?
E.T. fans in here?
Well, I said I rewatched it and I had a great time, but I was like, oh, this is not in my
Wrong.
top
Yeah.
anymore. It's so sweet
Same.
though.
2 is Jaws.
Okay.
1 is Jurassic Park.
Of course, that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jurassic Park
See?
I think Jurassic Park is the greatest blockbuster ever made.
Whoa.
wow. That is a take.
I like that take.
Oh, it might be a little bit of a take.
I think that's a take.
Now, let me ask you this, and this is easy for Sid, but out of like the 5 or 6 like Spielberg masterpieces, so no Jurassic Park, no Jaws, no E.T., no Schindler's List, no Indiana Jones at all. Like, is there a lesser known Spielberg that you really like? You want to shout out?
It's Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Not Close Encounters.
Oh, that's too popular.
How about this? Is there a post 21st century Spielberg you want to shout out?
Oh.
I'm just trying to shout out the ones that never get shouted out.
Okay. I'll say I really like The Lost World Jurassic Park.
That's a
That's
good
pretty
one.
high
Great
for
shout.
me
Okay.
as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think AI is experiencing a reclamation right now, but I still think not enough people have seen it.
Mm.
Okay.
It's an
Okay.
incredible film. I saw it in theaters last month. Also watched Duel for the first time. I thought it fucking rocked.
Duel's
that
great.
movie was
Mm.
awesome. And there is a Duel callback in Disclosure Day
Oh.
where the truck is pushing them into the train.
Mhm.
That
Oh, and they do
happens
that in Duel?
In Duel.
Yeah.
Oh.
I guess I would shout out, if anything, I haven't seen it in a while, but I would probably say The Post. I think
Post is solid.
people
Oh, good
sleep on
one.
The Post a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Fablemans, Minority Report, Lost World's a great shout. I love The Lost
It's
World.
I think that is an awesome movie. I'll
People
also-
love Hook.
I was literally about to say I also would shout out Hook.
I
Hook was
love
like a
Hook.
staple of my
Okay.
childhood.
It's so dreamy.
yeah.
And I love it.
I like it
Do
a
you
lot.
guys like The Terminal?
I haven't seen it.
I love
I
it
haven't
as
seen it
like
either.
a childhood memory, watching it on cable and being like so fascinated by this idea that this guy can't leave the airport. I don't exactly know how well it holds up in big
Okay.
2026, for
Right.
being honest. Same with Munich. Like, I remember watching Munich when I was younger and really loving it.
Mhm.
I
But
would
looking
love
at
to
it now-
revisit now
Yeah.
and see
Okay.
how does it hold up,
Mm-hmm.
because they're two
Yeah.
politically charged movies.
Mm-hmm.
The ones I am really wanting to watch right now are Munich, and I want to watch Warhorse. Oh, and Bridge of Spies.
Bridge of Spies is kind of a cool movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
It is like your classic, almost like espionage thriller, but
Mhm.
Spielberg does it.
Spies on the
Sick.
Bridge. What they doing?
What they
And
doing?
you know, I'll defend Ready Player One again. I can't believe that people think that movie is like just nostalgia, like
Yeah.
earnestly nostalgia slop. Like it's
That's
such.
reductive.
I don't know if you guys talked about this in your Patreon episode, but I didn't know that he changed it so that, like, in the book, the trivia you need to know is just like about you just need to know like pop culture references, but instead you have to know things about in the movie, you have to know things about the creator of the world, which is a really notable change, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the whole thing is about how we just so like don't understand art anymore, and it's all just
We
been
don't
like
understand
slopified.
people.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, I mean that's what it's like commenting on. So I can't believe that people think the movie like is that.
Well, I think it's easy to reduce the conversation of Ready Player One to nostalgia slop because so much appears on the screen that's supposed to get you excited.
Exactly.
So I understand the knee-jerk reaction to that, but there is a deeper layer to it that I do admire.
Yeah.
I think other issues people have with it is like the treatment of the nostalgia is like antithetical to what the nostalgia stands for.
I agree.
Like the Iron Giant famously is peaceful.
Yeah, and then they put him in a giant battle, and he's like
like,
fighting.
he's,
Well,
like,
but isn't that the
fighting and-
point though?
I don't know.
That
I
we're
don't-
like co-opting these things for what they weren't like originally intended as, and we're like misunderstanding.
I think that's a really generous read of it.
I think.
I think that part of it is like we're going to get this IP from Warner Brothers and turn it into this big battle and get people excited.
Interesting.
But you can read it that way, obviously.
Absolutely.
You can't read it that way. I don't think it's one of his best movies, but I did.
No, but
enjoy it.
I
I give it a 3.5.
sincerely enjoy it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really, really
I also
love
think
it.
it's just like an impressive, like the filmmaking within the digital world. It's like I think it's like Avatar levels.
It's
of,
great.
like
The
impressive.
first big
Yeah.
car race
That
is
looks
so
great.
It's
fucking
so
awesome.
Yeah,
good.
that looks really cool.
Yeah.
I think if there's any read that you're making, it's the Shining scene because that scene's not in the book at all.
Right.
And that is
Okay.
a very specific choice to have like Kubrick, Shining, a movie that famously is hated by its creator.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's a really deep read to that one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good movie
Interesting
though.
movie.
Yeah.
I like Ready Player One.
There's a lot going on in it.
Okay. I mean, there's so many to shout out that I love.
I know. That's the thing. It's
Yeah.
like we could just
He's
keep
made
going.
a lot of good movies, man.
Yeah.
He has. Is maybe we don't rank it.
Okay.
But if we were to put like Spielberg's movie on a tier list, S being the best, F being the worst, where does Disclosure Day fall for you guys in terms of like the Spielberg tier list?
Ooh, the Spielberg tier list.
What an interesting question.
Ranking 36 movies or 35 movies would take too long.
Yeah, that's too many.
But if we were to throw it in a tier,
That's a little easier.
There
I
are
have an idea
so
of where
many.
I'd put it.
Where would you put it?
Okay.
Say it.
I think I would put it in the C tier.
I think I would too. Just
Guys.
there's so many. I gave this a 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, so did I.
Okay.
There are just so many movies that I rate higher than that in his filmography that I do think C is accurate.
That's exactly where I'm sitting. Most people, like most directors, a 3.5 would be like B or higher.
Mm-hmm. But for
But
Spielberg,
for Spielberg, there's so many that I could see myself putting an S, A, and B over Disclosure
Right.
Day.
Mm,
So I think I would put it in the C tier list.
okay.
Where would you put it?
I think it would end up being in B for me.
Okay.
I gave it a
Okay.
4 and a heart.
Right.
4 and a heart.
4 and a
Final
heart.
letterbox score?
4 and a heart.
3.5.
And I gave it 3.5 as well.
Nice.
Okay.
No
Shaky
heart.
3.5, by the way.
Shit. Well, and you know what? That's fair. Like that's super. Like
It's not the
we
most
said,
confident 3.5,
Yeah.
but I like the way I felt when I left the theater.
That's
And-
nice.
Claire and I have both seen it twice. The second watch didn't really change anything for me. Did you feel like you appreciated it more or less on rewatch?
Well, because I did the crazy thing where I watched the movie and then I walked out of the
Back
theater
to
and walked
back.
right back into the
That
movie.
is insane.
I didn't do that.
Because I was a little bit like, whoa, that was a lot of fun. I want to like pick that apart a little more, and also I was like, it'd be helpful for the podcast if I saw it
Yeah.
one more time. Actually, I wouldn't say it like changed my feelings about the movie one way or the other, but there are like cool little details that I like. Like I like that like when you see Emily Blunt in one of the earliest scenes of her, like she's doing her makeup and like the ring light is in her eye, just like how the aliens light
Oh,
is.
yeah.
So it's like there's little details like that actually that I'm like, oh, that's fun.
It's,
like
it's what makes Spielberg so fun to rewatch.
I know that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, so I think there's definite value in revisiting this, especially maybe because it is so messy. Like there are little things going on if you can look past the like the story discrepancies.
Okay.
But overall feelings didn't change.
All right. My last question I had on here, we've already talked circles around it, so we don't have to dive into it. But I was kind of wondering if this movie ends up making less than Obsession and Backrooms. of back session. What do you think that's an indicator of? And what should we make out of that response?
I think it's an indication that the marketing was bad, which I think is very apparent. And I think, again, like, we're seeing data that shows that Gen Z specifically is the group going to the movies the most right now. And this isn't the type of movie they're interested in anymore.
It's hard to say because
our local Gen Z correspondent.
I know. Weigh in.
Please weigh in.
Resident Gen Zer. It's hard to say because I'd love to say, oh, if like War of the Worlds came out right now instead, the reaction would be different. But I'm like, what if this is going to be reclaimed like War of the Worlds in 15 years? Like, would I have liked War of the Worlds when it came out? I don't know. And so I wonder if it's going to have that sort of trajectory, or if this is just weaker Spielberg and that's why people aren't turning up, or because War of the Worlds made a bunch of money. Even though people
it made a lot of money.
Didn't like it that much.
But also the theatrical ecosystem was
it was
different.
so different.
Yeah.
It was so different.
It's like
so,
you almost can't compare.
Yeah, I think everyone's just trying to cope with the fact that people just aren't showing up for Spielberg. And that's just how it is now.
Yeah.
People taking a bunch of copium.
Yeah.
I think it's a combination of a few things. I think, one, the marketing was poor. I think it was, now that I've seen the movie, it feels even more evident they had no idea how to sell this movie.
Yeah.
Right.
They were like, who do we appeal to? Let's put the big chase scenes in the trailer, get people excited. In reality,
it's
like,
a weird movie. It's a hard
weird
movie.
movie.
It's a uniquely hard movie to market.
And if you can't go down that front, then you go down the Spielberg front, but then you're getting, the data that shows that, that's not doing much for young people. So they clearly had no idea what to do with it, and the marketing didn't help. I think that it is an indicator that Gen Z audiences are the ones who are primarily going to movies right now. And this is not a cry for original work. This is an original work. This is not, based off a movie. It's not a sequel or spinoff or whatever.
Right.
Maybe a spiritual sequel to some of Spielberg's work. But clearly, Gen Z likes original stories. We saw that with Backrooms and Obsession. But if it's not going to be something that's a little bit more nuanced or something a little bit more exciting than, aliens invaded or there are aliens here, we're going to expose that, that's not a lot for young people to grab onto.
No.
That's just kind of the reality we're living in. Not to say
tastes have changed.
Tastes have changed. Every idea is influenced by another idea. There's no such thing as like an original idea, right? Like Obsession, as much as I love it, it's a possession film. It's a monkey. It's a monkey's paw curse film. We've seen them before. So it's like, but you need something there to excite younger people to go. This movie just didn't have it. This movie made $92 million over the weekend.
92 million?
92.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
That's not bad. I don't care about how much it needs to make to break even. That doesn't really mean anything to me.
I only care about our predictions that we made.
But both Backrooms and Obsession, I believe, have made over 200 million. Can someone check Obsession numbers real quick?
Yeah, one of them was that. I think Backrooms was nearing 3, unless I'm totally
No, that's crazy.
Okay, maybe I'm making
Box Office Mojo.
Let's see.
It crossed 2.
Obsession. Obsession right now worldwide is at 248 million.
Wow.
Oh, you're not totally wrong, Sid. Backrooms is nearing 262.
Wow. Backrooms has eclipsed Obsession.
It did. Yeah.
Wow.
I said this on the podcast for months leading up to it. This movie's going to be big.
Yeah.
It had such a big following before it came out. And that's just kind of the reality of it. So that being said, Disclosure Day drop-off is going to be huge. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to get... Next week, we get Toy Story 5. They don't share totally the same demographic, but similar. And then you get Supergirl.
Supergirl.
This movie, I'm afraid, is DOA.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a bloated month. Like, there's just there's no good point to put this anywhere in June, arguably.
I think word of mouth is so premium right now. And if you're not having good word of mouth, your movie will have no legs.
That's
Obsession had such absurd word of mouth that the following week it made as much money as the first
and
week.
then it did it again.
And then it did
the
again.
next week.
And the drop off was like 7%, which is like unheard of for like a third or fourth week horror film. The word of mouth kept this movie alive, that movie alive. This movie's not going to have one, if it has any word of mouth, it probably won't be great word of mouth.
It'll be middling at best.
And it's not going to have any legs.
It's not, dude. It's divisive. It got, I think, a B cinema score.
Okay.
Rotten Tomatoes. Joe, you were right about your prediction that Backrooms would have a higher, or was that Clara?
That was Claire.
Oh, I did that.
Oh yeah,
Clara.
you were right. The Backrooms would have a higher Rotten Tomatoes score than Disclosure Day. I think Disclosure Day started at like 91 or something, but it's dropped to
What,
let's see what
82?
it's at. Yeah, like it's at 80 right now.
I mean,
I
that's
think
fine. It's still like
Backrooms-
good.
Yeah, 73 audience score, whereas Backrooms I think is at like 88 or something.
Wow.
Yeah, 88 with an audience score of 74. Oh, same audience score pretty much.
That's interesting.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, Backrooms is still a divisive film,
For sure.
Yeah.
but people are interested in what it's about. Like, what is the Backrooms? I want to find out. And if I hate it, I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's really interesting too to think about though. Of like even the critics are leaning more towards this newer form of storytelling that we're seeing in like Backrooms versus old guard Disclosure Day Spielberg.
I think we're living in the reality. I said this in an episode where like, I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen now. I think it's
Wow.
a very strong possibility that Disclosure Day from director Steven Spielberg is going to make less money than both Backrooms and Obsession.
Both of them.
It's very
And
possible.
The lessons learned from this summer are going to be really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Hollywood's going to learn the right lesson.
and then
it'll
when
be-
do they?
When do they ever?
They don't very often. You're right, but it'll be an expensive lesson for a lot of people. I'll say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you can like glean from it so many different things.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Is it the Gen Z going to the movies primarily? Is it Spielberg? Is it original stories? Is it the genre? Is it horror specifically that like people are more interested in now? Is it, I don't know. There's so many things you can learn
Yes.
from it. Is it
Yeah.
people's disillusionment with the aliens? I don't know. We'd love to hear
Wow.
what everyone thinks though. So if you're listening, let us know what
Yeah.
your thoughts are.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's it. I think we can call it.
Yeah,
Any
we
final
probably
thoughts on
should.
Disclosure Day?
This is just silly.
Okay.
When you're in Margaret's remade house, she's in the living room and there's like a TV with a bunch of VHS tapes beneath it. I tried really hard to see what the VHS tapes were. One of them is for sure Kindergarten Cop. And I think
Oh.
that's really
No
funny.
way.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kindergarten Cop.
Shout out
That's
Kindergarten
funny.
Cop.
Earlier, Sid, you brought up, we never actually executed it, but you wanted to talk about O'Connor's movies.
Oh shoot, yeah, we didn't rank them.
I
Oh,
think
that's
we got
right.
distracted with Wake Up Dead Man.
We did get distracted.
Yes, we did.
Did you want us to shout out some of your favorite O'Connor roles?
Yeah, maybe should we do top 5 or like could we rank 5 for him as well?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen 5.
Yeah, I think he's got, like 5 big ones that everyone's
I
seen.
got 3
Or
that
not
I
everyone,
like.
but
Okay. Oh, only 3. You've seen 5, only 3
Oh.
that you like.
Well,
which
like,
ones do you not like?
I actually don't think I've seen that many. Okay, so like Wake Up Dead Man's his best,
Okay.
and then Challengers.
Performance or
Yeah.
you're doing it by
Performance or
performance?
movie?
Yeah, by
Performance.
Performance, yeah. Just it'd go Wake Up Dead Man, then Challengers,
Mm.
and then Rebuilding.
You did like Rebuilding. He's
But
good
I
at
haven't
Rebuilding.
seen History of Sound. I haven't seen The Mastermind. I haven't seen La Chimera.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at a disadvantage.
Man, you haven't seen Emma?
I've seen Emma, but his role's smaller in that
He's
movie,
so
isn't it?
silly in it.
Yeah,
He's
Emma's
silly.
cool.
He's Mr. Elton.
I guess that's all I got. You
Okay.
guys are the more
Okay. Clara?
scholarly people on O'Connor.
My 5. Ooh. 5, I would do The Mastermind. 4, I would do Emma. Ooh, this is hard for my 3. 3, I would do Challengers. 2, I would do Wake Up Dead Man. 1, I would do La Chimera.
Oh,
I think he's
okay.
phenomenal in that movie.
Sid?
He really is. I haven't seen Emma, so I think I would do 5 Disclosure Day, 4 The Mastermind, 3 Challengers, 2 La Chimera, 1 Wake Up Dead Man.
Cool.
Sweet.
All right, those are our O'Connor rankings. And
Love
now
you.
we can officially close the book on Disclosure Day. The world has been disclosed.
And now we must wait and
Now we
see how
must
the
wait.
world will respond.
Listen.
Listen.
I saw a funny prompt that was like, what do you think the whole sentence was the alien
Oh.
said to them?
Ooh. Listen.
I guess we'll never know.
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
Listen up, y'all, because this is it.
I didn't catch that. Is that a Black Eyed Peas lyric you're quoting
Hell
there,
yeah.
Mr.
Oh my
Elliott?
god, the aliens love
In
Fergalicious.
vivos.
Is it a Fergal? Oh, that's
It's
Fergalicious.
Fergalicious. Yeah.
Is that Black Eyed Peas or just Fergie?
It's just Fergie.
Definition.
Just
Oh.
Fergie. Okay.
Because that's the point. It's Fergalicious.
Ah, I see.
You're
Okay, I get
right.
it.
Yeah.
Didn't know they were big Fergie fans. That's canonical. I'll ask Steve himself.
Okay.
Hey, Steve.
Lock it in. We're saying that's it.
For the Q&A, now that we're pivoting to that, if you're new here, one, thanks for being here. Two, at the end of every podcast episode for the public side of things, we ask you a question to which you can respond on Spotify and or YouTube in the comments. Last week, we asked you what was your favorite movie that you watched in May. This week, the question is very simply, what's your favorite Spielberg movie? Can't wait to hear all the Indiana Jones and Jurassic Park answers. I'm sure there'll be some other ones there, but let us know your favorite Spielberg movie.
Yeah.
Last week's Q&A, we had so many responses.
We always get a lot of answers for this kind of question.
Yeah, for our recaps, which are a little bit more popular, always excited to see what people are watching, but we had like over 70 answers on Spotify alone. So thank you, by the way, everyone who commented on Spotify
thank
and YouTube.
We love hearing from you.
We love hearing from you. We love seeing all the comments come in. So that's what we're going to do now is go over that. There was a very clear winner, a very, very clear winner of what movie people like the most in May.
Yes.
But we'll read some different ones, I'm sure. Claire, you did all that work. Start us off today.
Okay, I'll start with this one because this is very topical. I am Kurt Vincent says NBA playoffs and finals equals cinema.
Equals cinema.
And you know
Nice.
what? That's especially true after last night.
We are recording this on Sunday, June 14th. And if that means anything to you, then you know the NBA finals are over. And we will all say congratulations to the New York Knicks for winning the NBA championship.
Knicks in 5.
Knicks in 5. Enjoy it.
Savor it.
Joe is hoping.
You're not a Knicks fan. That's
I'm
okay.
happy for New York as a city. I'm always happy for any community
Of course.
that gets to kind of bond and come together
Yeah.
to celebrate one thing. Like that's always exciting to me. And New York's having a moment right now with
Yeah.
Mamdani and the Knicks. Like, hey,
It's a good
man,
year for them.
It's hard not to be a
Yeah.
little jealous,
Of course.
being in.
It is that SpongeBob meme where it's Squidward staring out the window as like
Yes.
Right.
SpongeBob and Patrick are playing outside.
It is a little bit of that. Like, hey, so happy for you, New York.
Yeah.
Being in LA, but congrats to the Knicks.
Yeah, they did it.
They did it. All right,
That's
Sid?
mine.
Oh, I'm going. Okay. What's a G Bert says obsession. Saw it 3 times, so you know it's real. I also have to mention The Sheep Detectives. What a pleasant surprise of a movie. And one more I have to mention is The True Beauty of Being Bitten by a Tick. Another good horror-ish film that I loved this month.
I thought you were being like, I got bit by a tick. And this is the true beauty of it. I'm like, wow.
The True Beauty.
Whoa.
I have heard some good things about that
I
movie.
love that movie.
Cool.
It's good.
Exo Duenis said Hoppers has been on repeat in my house now that it's come to streaming. Q.
Aw.
I don't know if the Q is a typo.
Well, so I've been copy and pasting my screenshots, and I'm guessing that was an emoji, which they don't know how to
I
copy
see,
and
I
paste
see, okay.
emojis, and so
I see.
it does letters.
Yeah, Hoppers is on Disney Plus now. I saw it the other
Good
day.
movie.
I almost watched it. Actually, I saw it auto playing after War of the Worlds, I think.
Oh, that's
Weird movie
that's
to
a weird.
autoplay.
Okay.
I think
Weird
it's autoplay
transition.
is their newest movie. That's usually what it is.
Probably.
That would make sense.
Go
And they
Claire.
can boost their numbers. Hannah Marine 9 says The Mist. Nothing could have prepared me for that twist. Honorable mention.
Oh.
Holes.
Oh,
Those are
Oh my
some good
gosh.
picks.
digging
Very
up
good.
holes.
Good watches.
Sid?
Oh, my turn. Sorry. Jug says, I found out Park Chan-wook is my favorite director after watching The Handmaiden and No Other Choice within a week of each other. Yeah, fit. I'm learning Korean. Maybe that's a typo or
Maybe.
something.
Sounds
like
you're learning Korean. That's exciting.
you're
That is
learning
exciting.
Korean, and so it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's
Yeah,
a
Park
good
Chan-wook is
coincidence.
quite the director.
He's the GOAT.
He's really great. Joyce said, my favorite May movie I watched is Kung Fu Hustle. Love the incredible creativity and humor in that film. The different styles of martial arts were so much fun to watch. That knife throwing scene, one of the funniest movies of all time. Yeah.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
cool.
Kung Fu Hustle is really great. You should watch it, Sid. You would love it.
I'm sure I would.
It's awesome.
Natalia Nava says Chainsaw Man the movie, it's a masterpiece. To be honest, Sharknado should consider animation
Okay.
Oh, smart.
Why?
because there's the shark demon in Chainsaw Man,
Oh,
and they do a
okay,
big
okay.
cyclone,
Yes.
and so it's basically
so that
Sharknado.
inspired that last comment.
Yes.
Okay. I was like,
Oh,
that's
I liked
nowhere.
the idea to begin with.
Okay.
Alyssa says, my favorite first time watch of May was the 1927 Metropolis. Got to watch it with a live accompaniment at my local theater, and it was such a surreal experience that I haven't stopped thinking about. Also, shout out to Cat on a Hot Tin Roof as another first watch I loved. That one made
Wow.
me cry.
Wow.
Metropolis is so good.
It's
You love
awesome.
Metropolis.
Good movie.
Yeah.
Niall Murphy said, from the UK here, The Sheep Detectives is one of the few movies that over here does really, really well with the older crowd. One that your grandpa would go see. I did see it and was pleasantly surprised by how much I liked it.
Nice.
Nice, Niall.
See?
Thank you for confirming
UK.
that it
Yeah.
was a big deal.
It was
to
a
the
big
UK.
deal.
With, I guess, the old people in the UK.
Nick Sec5 says, proud Mondo and Grogu lover. Those little Anzellans have my whole heart. And then he wrote, big pipe, huh?
That's funny.
Very fun, very fun.
ONGH8744 says, I put in the work in May, saw Meituan Come and See Mother by Bong Joon-ho, all on the big screen, and Master and Commander, all amazing in different ways. Also for new stuff, Sheep Detectives made me cry several times. That's a
Wow.
crazy lineup.
It's a
Yeah.
crazy, crazy lineup. Love
Meituan rules.
all those movies. I don't think I've seen Meituan. That's the only one I haven't seen. But good shouts.
Yeah.
I will shout out Jandis, who said, I absolutely fell in love with Deja Vu, directed by Tony Scott, and starring a 90s Pacino Denzel. Those Scotts know how to make good-looking movies. I miss Val
Yeah.
Kilmer. He was truly one of a kind. Foggy Nelson cameo caught me off guard. I haven't seen Deja Vu.
I haven't either.
I have it on my
It's
long list
great.
of Tony Scott movies to get to.
It is like a pro-surveillance state movie, but in the way
Uh-oh.
that you're like, it's okay.
All right. That's how you know the movie's good then.
Nice. That's awesome. Caden says, favorite first watch of May was All That Jazz. It's the most stunning autobiographical film, and it's not even close. The tune of the songs are like, and then it's a smiley face, but the lyrics are like, and then it's a frowny face.
Oh,
Oh, so true.
okay. All right.
Nice.
Ian Espenship says, I love boosters or good time. Shout out Tubi. Cool.
Oh, is
Good time on Tubi.
that's great. I was gonna say I love boosters.
Yeah, I
on
was like,
Tubi
I-
already.
No, I don't think
That's
so.
crazy. Yeah, shout out Tubi. Free movies is always my favorite thing.
Yeah.
Lorcan's Talking. Interesting name. My favorite first watch of May has to go to The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Absolutely formidable piece of cinema and precision filmmaking that took swings and landed them. Aspects of storytelling I didn't think it was possible. Yeah,
Wow.
I
Yeah.
love that movie.
Good movie.
Fincher's still my guy.
He's a good
Yeah,
guy.
he's great.
We'll see what happens with his new movie, though. I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Oh,
We shall see.
yeah.
We'll
see.
see.
I'm going to stay optimistic for now.
Okay. Rizzo making meatballs says, says favorite first time watch of May was Thief. Watched it because of Ryan Coogler's Criterion Closet picks and thought it was one of the coolest movies I've ever seen.
It is
What was
one of the
it?
coolest movies.
Thief.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it rocks.
It's a cool ass movie.
So good.
I'm glad Cooler convinced you. I'm sad
know,
that we
that's
couldn't
awesome.
convince you, but I'm
We
glad,
didn't do enough. We have to
I'm
do
glad
better.
Coogler did. I'm glad Coogler did.
CF32 said, Get Out was not 17 when this came out, which prevented me from watching it for so long. It was just an accident. Watched this on a plane and it was the perfect experience.
Oh,
Wow.
Finally watching Get Out. Cool.
yeah, you weren't 17 when it came out. Makes me feel really
In
old.
Me too.
When did it come out? Like
2017, I want to say.
At
Oh.
least, yeah.
Yeah, wow, I was adult.
I was an adult. But hey, you know
I was
what? I'm
17.
glad you watched it. And it was just an accident on the plane.
That's bold.
It's a bold
That
movie.
is bold.
Mostly because like that is like kind of such a quiet movie, and the plane can be loud.
Yeah, I feel like it's just so intense. Like,
Yeah. But hey,
But
glad you watched
Cool.
it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Ariella said, "The Nice Guys. As soon as Ryan Gosling's character tried punching through the window and severely cut his arm, I knew the humor of this movie was going to be A tier. And the mystery element was a major plus. Lived up to the hype.
Nice.
Nice Guys is a fucking funny ass
That's
movie.
a good
it's
movie.
so funny.
I love that movie.
That's a great movie. Sienna Gerard says, "The pod got to me. I finally watched Better Man." Let's
did
go!
it! That's
Yes!
our
Flip the
influence.
table. We're
We
excited.
can't convince
Okay.
people to watch Thief, but we
We
can
can
convince
do
you to watch Better Man.
And that is
That's our
almost a little better.
contribution.
That's our true contribution to the movie world. Yep.
oh yay.
Did they say if they liked it?
I'm guessing
Well,
they
it's
liked it
their-
because
Oh,
it's
yeah,
their
it's their
answer
favorite.
as
It's
their
favorite first watch.
That's true.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you
Wow.
now comment again saying what you liked about it so we can talk about it
Yes.
again?
Yeah,
And
let's
your
talk
star
about it more.
rating.
Give us
Someone
your star rating.
someone make an argument for how Spielberg helped influence Better Man into becoming a movie,
Yeah.
and it's your favorite
Yeah.
Spielberg.
I'm sure if you asked, oh gosh, I can't think of
What?
his name. What's
Who?
Better
Michael
Man?
Gracie.
No,
or
not
no,
Michael
Mike-
Gracie.
Robbie Williams.
Robbie Williams.
Oh, Robbie Williams.
I'm sure if you ask Robbie Williams, he's a big Spielberg guy.
He does give
Probably.
Spielberg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very
He
theatrical.
probably has
Yes.
weird taste and
Yeah.
things. I was gonna say Emma Girl, but it's Emma Geary says All the President's Men, very good, duh, but can't
Mm.
believe they made it only 4 years after the real Watergate scandal happened. Crazy work. Yeah, it was crazy work.
That movie is amazing.
Yeah.
Highly
Yeah.
recommend if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
My turn. Oh my
Your
gosh.
turn.
I can't believe okay. Here, Grace Ellen Thompson. Best first watch, was thoroughly charmed by La Chimera.
Yay.
What a
Oh,
strange and
yay.
beautiful ride watching the disheveled and yet somehow still hot AF Josh O'Connor
So true.
literally stumbling his way through a magical realism 1980s Tuscany. Oh, and did I mention Isabella Rossellini is there? That's Mother.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This has sold me on the movie
couldn't
better than
have-
either of you have sold me on this movie. By the
You've
way.
never
said it.
asked for
When-
details
have I
about
ever-
the movie.
have
What
I
the
ever
fuck?
tried
We've
to
never,
sell you
yeah, we've
on
never
the
tried
Well,
to sell you on
it
it.
came up, I swear, in one of your guys' like best of the year a couple years
It
ago.
was mine.
I had it.
And neither of you guys did a good job. This
well,
Grace
I think
has done a
sometimes
much
you
better
just don't
job.
listen to us, actually.
I
Yeah.
listen, but you guys not say that he's a disheveled and yet somehow still hot AF.
Well, that's just
stumbling
kind
his
of a
way through
given.
magical realism
know,
1980s Tuscany. That should be on like the
Okay.
DVD. Nice job, Grace.
Well done, Grace.
Good job, Grace. Tater Tot Fowler says, remarkably bright creatures. What can I say?
Oh.
It got me.
Oh,
Wish it got a
that's sweet.
theater release.
Aw.
Yeah,
Oh.
That would have been fun.
I fear I never finished it.
that's okay.
That's
you want to
okay.
tell you what happens yet?
No, we can't spoil
No.
it on the
Oh.
podcast.
Maybe I'll want to finich it one day.
Okay.
I gotta
just
watch
tell you
Toy
afterwards.
Story
You're
right
so
now, though.
excited.
Oh yeah, how's the Toy Story journey going?
Dude, it's going well.
yeah, it is. Yeah,
I like them.
Yeah.
I like them a lot. I literally
I'm
I was at the
surprised.
I was at the theater last night and I saw because I've watched the first two and I saw the like
and for
slushy.
clarification out there, everyone, Sydney's only seen the first two.
Yeah,
so
basically.
far.
Oh, yeah.
No, oh,
Only
no,
the
yeah,
first
so far.
one.
I saw the first one when I was like a baby, so I basically am
really,
watching
yeah.
them all for the first time.
Yeah.
I saw the slushy machine and it had Woody and Jesse on it, and I was like, oh my god, like those are my friends. My friends Woody and Jesse. Yeah, they're a
Yeah,
lot
dude.
of fun. But now I'm like, are the next two not going to be as good?
I think you'll still vibe with 3. 4 will be a little more questionable, but 4 is better than a lot of people say. Like 4
4 has
shouldn't
Forky?
exist. 4 is
Sporky.
Forky.
No, his name is
No,
Forky.
His
but
name
he
is
is a
Forky, and
spork.
he's a spork, and that's the joke.
That's the joke. yeah. I rewatched the third one, not to spoil that podcast, because we are doing, by the way,
We're
on
prepping.
Patreon, just like a retrospective on Toy Story.
Mm-hmm.
So I finished the first 3. The third one is really good.
It's really
yeah?
good.
I
It's
was-
really
Okay.
good.
I was like, I'm not going to cry watching this.
You're funny.
And then I did.
Yeah.
It was great.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Cool.
Cool.
I interrupted you?
I think it's yeah. I was about to read something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Brooke Lowell says Hokum favorite rewatch
Mm.
since Top Gun Maverick IMAX. Oh wait. Oh no.
Oh, I was like, what?
Hokum, and then also favorite rewatch was Top Gun Maverick IMAX re-release. I was
I'm
like,
so sad
Hokum
we
was your
missed that.
favorite movie since Top Gun Maverick.
That's crazy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Cool
we were in Cannes when that came out. Bummed we missed it. I would have
Yeah,
loved to watch that
sad.
in IMAX
That would have been
again.
fun. Yeah.
Got a Need for Speed.
CRBR. What did that stands for? Who knows? I have 3. Obsession and Aftersun were amazing, but The Red Shoes was life-altering in all of its Technicolor brilliance at the Egyptian in LA. Wow.
Wow.
The Egyptian,
Wow.
Is about to close
yeah, gonna be closing soon.
What?
for renovations.
For renovations.
Oh.
For renovations, not
Dude.
permanently.
All
Not
right.
Not
permanently.
permanently. Sorry, I didn't mean to leave
Sorry,
off.
sorry.
there.
I know.
I know, sorry. I am mad. I'm like, but I'm a member and that's the closest one to me. That's
Yeah.
annoying, but
we
it's
did
fine.
the very classic, we did everything we could, and he'll be all right.
Yeah.
Egyptian will reopen after renovations.
Mm-hmm.
Great theater if you're ever in LA and it's open and available. You should try to go visit and watch.
Absolutely.
Great theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's me.
It's your turn.
Yes.
Marley Nay says, Is God Is was a 5-star banger for me, and
Oh,
absolutely
nice.
nobody watched it.
We did.
We did.
We
and,
did.
And I
We
agree
did.
that is an amazing movie.
We all liked it a lot too.
Yeah.
Good movie.
Good movie.
Brooke Joyner says, favorite first time watch of May was Terminator 2. I know I'm late to the party. Or I know I'm late to the party.
That's okay.
I didn't care at all about T1, but this one was so fun and impressive from a
Okay, well, hold on.
filmmaking standpoint. Also, I'm in my 30 years on Earth. Also in my 30 years on Earth, I had somehow avoided having the twist spoiled for me. Honorable mention to Manhunter. More movies need William Peterson.
Yay,
There's a lot to
Manhunter.
take in with this comment.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're
One-
feeling a
didn't
lot
like
of feelings.
T1.
Didn't
loved
need to diss
T2.
T1, by the way. I think T1's better. But that's just me.
Whoa, that's interesting. I feel like
They're
that's
so
not the common
different.
feeling.
They're very different. It is
Yeah.
the very aliens.
I
Like
think that's
T1's
valid,
more of like the
though.
slasher horror.
Yes.
T2 is the action. T2 is great.
Yes.
It's like amazing.
Yeah.
It is.
2, you can be late to the game as late as you
Yeah,
want.
that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
There's no rush.
There's no rush. No one's racing you. I'm glad you saw it. what was the
Manhunter
last
also
comment?
rocks.
Manhunter. They're re-releasing it. Yeah.
They
What?
are. They're doing a 4K
They're doing a
restoration.
4K restoration. of
Oh,
it.
cool.
Yeah. It's really
So
exciting.
that's where I plan to give it a second chance. The first time I
Right,
watched it, I
yeah.
didn't like love it,
mm-hmm.
but I know people that I admire really love it.
It's
So,
so good.
I'll give it round 2 soon.
Cool.
That's good.
Cool. My turn, huh?
Yep.
Let's see here. I will read. There's so many good ones here. Benjamin Howard says May was a huge month for me film wise, but my favorite was or has to be catching up on all the jackasses for the new one.
Nice.
First one is my
Oh.
favorite. Ex Machina was awesome. The Green Mile was also amazing. And now my favorite King anyway. Love the podcast.
Oh,
thanks, Ben.
cool.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
I
Good
like
list.
Jackass 2 more.
Mm.
Jackass 1, very, very funny.
Mhm.
All of them are
They're all funny.
my eyes. Very excited for the last one.
Yeah.
Green Mile thoughts? You guys like Green Mile?
I haven't seen Green Mile.
I grew up with Green Mile, and it was one of those movies where my mom was like, "This is the greatest movie ever made,"
Yeah.
and now I'm like, I wonder what I would think if I rewatched it, but I haven't yet because I'm kind of scared.
Mm.
Oh, it's still really good.
Okay.
I still
Okay.
think it's very good.
You've revisited it recently?
Yeah, it's one of those weirdly like very sad movies, but still kind of a comfort
Yeah.
movie watch
Yeah.
kind of things. Because my mom also was a big fan of
Mm.
Right?
King and Darabont, and after Shawshank, made Green Mile. I'm like, let's watch Green Mile. So I watched it a
Yeah.
lot.
Mm.
So I
Okay.
liked it a lot.
Cool.
Go ahead, Claire.
Okay. Reinhold 1307 says definitely Tuner. Was absolutely blown away by the sound design and use of editing.
Tuna Rocks.
Yeah.
Yay, good
Nice.
shout.
Good shout. Nick Marshall says, my favorite of the month is probably Rose with Sandra Huller, in which she plays a female soldier after the 30 Years' War who pretends to be a man in order to inherit an old manor in a small village. It's my favorite performance of hers to date. She's generally having a great year. I'd also like to shout out The Sheep Detectives. That movie was charming as hell. I
Yeah.
love that every answer is like, I watched all the Godfather movies. They were so profound and moving. Also, Sheep Detectives.
yeah. Yeah. It's awesome.
Okay,
is not even
Rose.
out yet. You must have saw it at a
Oh.
festival.
Maybe.
Maybe.
In March, it
Put
was
it on my list.
Mubi acquired it. So
Okay.
it looks like it'll come out eventually.
Oh,
Awesome.
big
Maybe
year
you
for
saw it
Sandra.
at Berlin, or maybe in Hong Kong, or maybe in Austria.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So let us know where you saw it. That'd be great.
Oh,
Good
yeah,
to
that's
know, though.
actually like, because Project Hail Mary, Rose.
the walking simulator movie, which was what was that called?
Fatherland.
Fatherland.
Oh,
You're crazy.
Fatherland, and Digger is at the end of the year.
Oh, yeah.
So she's having a
movie
huge
year.
year. Yeah,
It's
That's
happening
cool.
a lot this year. That's cool.
yeah,
She's awesome. So that's awesome.
Yeah,
yeah.
Let's see here. It's my turn.
I think so.
I think it is my turn, right?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Super Sophie 11. Favorite May first watch was Xavier Dolan's movie Mommy. Shout out to Quebec and the Lana Del Rey Needle drop for making me cry. And to answer your question from the last episode, the 11 in my username was my jersey number. I'm not sure if anyone born in 2011 listens to podcasts.
That's probably
Which we said.
Yeah.
We said
You
that
know-
too.
You're right.
You're right.
That's cool. What sport? Because 11 was my number in soccer for a while.
Oh, you were 11?
Oh,
I was
was,
11. I was 24 and 11.
I was a 9 guy.
Okay.
I think mine changed every year. I don't remember my
I
number.
don't know why I was a 9 guy, though. Go ahead, Claire.
Okay, Salsa by the Sea says, it's so tough to pick a new favorite watch for the last month, but I think I'd have to go with Dr. Strangelove. I love stories focusing on nuclear deterrence, and the fact that a 60-year-old movie includes panic over fluoride in the water kills me. Also, shout out to 12 Angry Men and Perfect Blue.
Oh, nice.
Those are all really good
Really
movies
good
there.
watches.
Have you seen Failsafe? So if you like Doctor Strange,
Perfect plug.
Get the fail-safe count going.
Okay. Smelly Ellie 5 says
Aw.
favorite watch in May was the new British rom-com Finding Emily. Spike Fern as Owen really had me giggling and kicking my feet in the cinema. A familiar formula, but they make it so charming, funny, and endearing. Topped off by being set in Manchester, a love letter to the city.
Is this movie
Finding
out?
Emily
So, not here. It's out in the UK.
out in the UK.
I got a trailer for it before Pressure when I saw that last week, and I was like, oh, this looks like really charming. Like, it looks like a fun watch.
Spike
Okay,
Fur and,
put it on your list.
and Guri Rice. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know it was even out yet. Oh, coming out August 28th.
Yeah, it will
here.
come out later this year.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good
for
to know
us.
that you liked it.
Yeah, very good to
Noted.
know.
Let's see here. Zach said May was a heavy rewatch month for me, but I finally saw Decision to Leave. $1 trillion to Park Chan-wook and Tang Wei. Also, shout out to Seventh Seal. Not a fave, but definitely worth mentioning as my first Ingmar Bergman. Great film.
Oh,
Nice.
That's fair.
Yeah, Decision to Leave. What a movie.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
movie. And now it's me. Caroline Delegati says Sheep Detectives, Worst Person in the World, and Paris is Burning.
Wow.
Ooh.
Great spread. Very
Wow.
different movies.
Yeah. I hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
Emotionally.
Let's see. Gamber B says, though I have seen it before, I got to watch Jurassic Park in 35mm in Kansas City. Shout out Screenland Armor. Truly a once-in-a-lifetime movie and felt incredible getting to see it exactly how my dad originally saw it back in 1993.
Aw.
Aw. And you
That's
saw it
great.
in Kansas City, which is where Disclosure Day
Oh.
takes place.
It's all connected.
It
It's
is.
all connected.
Oh my
There's a line in
god.
Disclosure Day where she's like, what does CBXI
KCXC.
stand for? I'm like, what do you think it stands for, man? It's a
All
fucking
right,
TV station.
KCXC.
What is? Can you Google that for me?
Is your computer
Yeah.
near you? As she's on an iPhone.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I do think, not to go back to Disclosure Day, this movie works so much better if it's made and set 20 years earlier,
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if we're being honest.
Many
Absolutely.
such cases.
Many such cases.
Foxy Lover 777 says Sheep Detectives. I typically think that clapping at the end of the movie is cringe. Oh. Do you guys think that?
Oh,
It kind of depends.
Do you
Wait,
clap
why
at the
is
end of
that?
movies?
Like
Is-
at festivals, obviously, like in like a casual setting.
Yeah, like if you go to your AMC Friday night after a movie ends, do you clap if you love the movie?
So like if I'm with a friend and I know we both liked it, I'll turn to them and go, "Yay, the movie was good."
yeah,
But it's
I'll do like a
quiet
little
thing.
clap like to myself.
Yeah, it's not like a let's all clap.
Wait, why did they
together.
bring that up? What was the?
Well,
I
it'll get to it.
Well, I'll finish the sentence. So
But
I'm
wait,
sorry.
but what
Okay.
are you?
It's
What
like,
are you? What are your take on that?
I'm pro clapping.
Okay.
If other people, I don't initiate clapping. But
Yeah,
if
I would
other
never
people clap,
initiate.
and I
I'll
like
clap.
the movie, I'll clap.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Like if it turns into a big group thing, I'll participate.
Yeah, I think clap. Like even if people want to clap when the plane lands, like hey, yeah, we're all alive. And
I
that's
am
awesome.
pro clapping when the plane lands all the time. It is
Of
a
course you
miracle that
are.
we're landing, and I want to celebrate that.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to celebrate that I've landed and survived.
Yeah,
Yes.
you know, we should take these small moments of joy,
And that's what
celebrate
Steven
them.
Spielberg wanted us to take away from
Exactly.
Disclosure Day.
All right, I co-opted Foxy Lover's comment to have that conversation. Foxy Lover says, Cheap detectives. I typically think that clapping at the end of movies is cringe unless someone who made the movie is in attendance. However, my audience not only clapped at the end, but also during the film at a particularly foggy scene, and you better believe my hands were slapping both times. I would take a bullet for those sheep.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, I really like that movie a lot.
I rewatched it and it's really good.
Oh, that's good.
The Furious. I was sat next to 3 teenage boys in the Furious, and they were like doing like commentary to themselves, which I was like, okay, not ideal, but like I'm glad they're like having fun and seeing this movie. They were clapping,
Hell
they were
yeah.
like reacting, they fucking loved it. I thought
That's
that was
awesome.
great.
Yay.
How did the scene go over in like the Octagon UFC arena?
Oh, that scene everyone loved, but it was the 5-way fight at the end.
Okay.
Very anime.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's
And
awesome.
yeah, there were a lot of like, what? How is he still alive? Like, oh,
Did you
that's
ever
his
see-
wife.
Did you ever see Twilight of the Warriors?
No, and we were just talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah, you would like that one as well.
Yeah, I need to watch it.
Okay.
Anyways, is it my
Oh,
turn?
that was mine. I read that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was
So go
yours.
ahead,
Yeah.
Clara.
Exit music for a film says, watch the Star Wars prequel trilogy for the first time. Absolutely visceral experience.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Cool.
Username what?
Exit music for a film.
Oh, you guys know what that's reference to?
No,
No.
tell me.
It's a Radiohead song.
Oh.
I got you.
cool.
Don't worry, I got you.
Nice.
Millennial represent. Kalia T says, I watched Better Man for the first time and I was absolutely electrified. I got so worked up a few days later explaining how good this movie is to my friend that I had to watch it again. And now all the songs are stuck in my head. The rock DJ and final battle sequences are so fantastic. Dude, I love it.
Yeah.
It's like people don't only like the movie. It's like you're like overwhelmed
you,
by
like,
the
lose
need
your
to
mind.
just like to
Talk about
express
it.
how fun it is. I've like been listening to the songs again. Well, you really just rock DJ and Angels. I love Angels.
I
think it's
love
Angels is so good.
most of his music now
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
of that movie.
Yeah.
But it is like you watch it for the first time and then like this fire ignites within you that you want to tell
Why is no one
people
talking
about.
You're activated.
Yeah, it's like the sleeper agent within you is activated.
Yes.
and
You know what they
realize-
should have put on that broadcast is they should have streamed Better Man.
Better Man. And, oh, wow.
This
and
is-
that would have
this
saved the
is
world.
Disclosure Day.
This is
one
the
of the
closer.
things where I truly think that like because it got so much pushback that when people finally watch it, there's like a whole like holy fuck, like what
Yeah.
the fuck have I been missing out on?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Everyone
Wow.
give up your resistance and watch it now.
that's what the aliens really wanted. That's what
That's
he was
what they
whispering
wanted.
to Josh
Yeah.
O'Connor. He's like,
Listen, you have to
Better
watch
Man
Better
really
Man.
good.
The rock DJ sequence. Click, 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 click.
that will unite the world together.
I don't want to rock
Corey,
DJ.
Corey Ryan Bay said, finally watched Broker and Shoplifters, my first 2 Correda films, and I'm officially a huge fan. I love the way that family was depicted in these stories and show that love goes beyond just blood. As a little gay man, this hit close to home. I can't wait to see what he does with Look Back. Also, shout out to Waste Man and How to Make Millions Before Grandma Dies.
Yay.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
An emotional slate of films there.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's
All
awesome.
of them I love deeply, so I'm glad
Hell
you
yeah.
watched them.
Love that.
Last round. Go
okay.
ahead, Clara.
The Gay Agenda says, hey,
Happy Pride.
happy Pride, said, I saw Exit 8 in theaters with my friends, and that was a really fun experience.
Good.
Love
It's still
that.
in theaters?
Wow.
That's awesome.
Well, for May, so it was like early
Oh,
May.
duh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Right.
duh.
yeah.
I'm glad you saw it in theaters. though.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
Nice. Most awesome Jeff says, I've been obsessed with Obsession with the consistently unsettling tone, perfect pacing, and Indy Navarrette's. Is it Indy Navarrete or
Never ready.
Never ready.
no?
Yeah.
Indy Navarrette's star performance, easily my fave new movie of 2026 so far. Honorable mentions for other weird, surreal first watches: Fresh Kill 1994, Buffet Infinity, and I Love Boosters. Wow.
I haven't seen
Yay.
those first two. Very cool.
Yes.
Catherine Chang is the last one I'm going to read today.
Okay.
May was a great movie for a month for me. Obsession is my favorite movie of the year so far, and I loved Is God Is, and I Love Boosters. Really want to shout out Rosemead here, though. Very heavy movie, especially because it's based on true story, but it highlights the importance of destigmatizing mental illness in AAPI communities, and Lucy Liu gave a career-defining performance.
Yeah.
Great
Wow.
shout.
Great
I've had
shout.
Rosemead on my
Okay.
watch list for a while.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll get to it soon.
Cool.
That's it. We have to call it there. One, thank you for all the comments. If you want to leave a comment for next week's episode, Spotify, YouTube, that's a place to do it. And if we look at the stats for the answers for this past Q&A, one movie took home the crown pretty easily. Obsession, 65 mentions. Then it's Cheap Detectives. Then Boosters, Is God Is, Hokum, Backrooms, Blue Heron. All the President's Men, 5 mentions.
Oh, okay.
Wonder why that people are watching that.
Because it did the anniversary screening at Cannes when we were there. They did an anniversary screening of it, and I'm wondering if maybe it coincided with the theatrical re-release because it's like the 40th
Got it.
anniversary.
Finding Emily. We have a few UK listeners, I suppose, because we got
Yeah.
4 mentions. Mysterious Skin, Revenge of the Sith, Singing in the
Wow.
Rain, and Top Gun.
Yeah.
Quite the eclectic
Cool. The movies are
variety
alive
of
and
films.
well.
The movies are alive and well.
If you ever think movies are dead, check out our Q&A.
Yeah,
People are
seriously.
watching movies out there.
It's awesome.
Again, next week's Q&A, your favorite Spielberg, let us know on YouTube and Spotify. This is the end of the episode. Next week on the pod, Toy Story 5. It's happening.
Yay.
Conversation
Wow.
will be had about Toy Story 5 on Patreon. We have a Toy Story retrospective coming out. Later in the month, we have other stuff coming out. Fire Island is a movie we're going to be talking about.
I saw the TV glow.
I saw the TV glow. We're going to talk about, and then publicly on the public side, we have
Supergirl's coming out.
Supergirl.
Supergirl is a big one, and what else?
That's it. I mean, we're halfway through the month.
Yeah, then it will
Jesus. That was
maybe
fast.
be a June recap, maybe.
Yeah, and then July we're going to be hitting the face with
Ooh.
some big movies.
Yeah.
Get
So,
ready.
Buckle in, everyone. Thank you for being here. Drop a rating and review on Apple. That always helps out a lot. And a rating on Spotify. And again, check out the Patreon for exclusive episodes. That is it. We'll see you guys next time with Toy Story 5. Have a wonderful day, night, weekend. And we'll see you guys later.
Goodbye, listeners.
Bye bye.